How's everybody doing today? Ah, man, this is Corey Lee's boxing, baby, and we're back. We're here. It's Thursday night, baby, and this is what you all been waiting for, man. I'm back. I can't wait, man. We got a couple special guests coming in today. They're gonna hop in towards, midway through the show, you know what I mean? But Callie's ready to jump on in a minute, and we got Trey X. We might be having Trap House Boxing on. You never know who's gonna join Corey Lee Boxing, man. You know what I'm saying? There he is, boom, and he just pops right up, dog. I was just talking about you. I'm like, we're gonna have this person on the show, we're gonna have this person on the show, and boom, there you go.
Your passenger side and they sip on this. I'm sitting here with my girl, man.
Oh, you good, dog? You good? You all good, dog? So yeah, damn, man, where do I start, dog? I mean, we got so much to talk about today, man.
You about to talk about Eddie Hearn?
We got to talk about the con man, you know. Ronald Finkley, what's good? Timmy Diamond, another banger. Yeah. How's everybody doing today, man? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, man. You know, it's Thursday. It's time. You know, it's time for the show, man. And we're ready to break it all down, man. Live here, man. And I can't wait to hear what you guys got to say about, this recent news going down, man. But right now, Eddie Hearn, Deontay Wilder has actually sent another message to Eddie Hearn and so forth, man. So it's getting kind of wild out there, man, to be honest, man. I can't even lie, man. So in recent news, he wants to say, let's be sure that I'm being specific. Listen here.
So I want a bit of better communication for this situation now. I offer you 50 million. It's in the bag. And you replied, let's do it. So for public record, for a better understanding, so we understand what you were saying, I gotta go back to elementary with this. Anthony Joshua, do you accept my offer? Yes or no? That's all I need to know. Bro.
That's what it is, dog. Does he accept the offer? Callie, you there?
Yeah, I saw that on Boxing Eagle, man.
For real? What happened?
Yeah, I saw that clip on Boxing Eagle's channel, man. I said, I'm like, okay, so this is what I've heard. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get Eddie Josh.
You breaking up real bad, Callie.
$50 million. Oh, I am? Okay, we're gonna move on this side. Just hold on a second. Let me log out and come back in.
All right. But yeah, man, pretty much what I'm trying to say, y'all, is, and what we're all trying to say right now, man, is Deontay Wilder right now, man, he's pretty much putting all the heat and all the pressure on on Eddie Hearn and them, man. Ronald Finkley said, I was watching the interview with Wilder in 78 Sports. Trey X said, I just started cooking. I'll come on though when I get done. Ronald Finkley said, I'm sharing this live. Shout out. Timmy Diamond said, homie got the 90s flip phone. Yeah. You know how Cali do it, dog. He out there in Cali, dog. He got the throwback joint, dog. But yeah, man.
No, man. So basically, the gist of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the gist of this is, man, is that, like I said, is that that's what they're trying to do. Is they're trying to get Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua to accept the $50 million, and then they're going to go to the negotiation table after that. So they just want to get to the agreement. So they're trying to hook Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua into talks. You know what I mean? So they want to be able to get him to agree to the deal, and then they're going to negotiate the actual deal. So he's still going to get that guaranteed $50 million, but then they're going to have, they're going to go into negotiations, and the goal is to, at the end of the day, is still to get that fight here in America. But yeah, they're going to go into negotiations. It's supposed to be 50-50. But this is the try to lock them down so they aren't trying to negotiate with anybody else. And that's one of the main things too. Lock them down, and with that, that should be easy. That should be easy. But when you're Eddie Hearn and you want to control everything, or you trying to make sure you get all the money, then you kind of come up with excuses why that this shouldn't happen. So at the end of the day, fuck that motherfucker.
Yo, Timmy Diamonds in the chat said, I'm still salty at Cali for spilling the beans this weekend while we were watching the fight. I better not catch that sucker on Skyline Boulevard. God damn, Timmy Diamonds, yo. Shout out Cali, man. But yeah, man, pretty much what I got to say about the situation is, man, you know Eddie Hearn is up to no good, man. So he's in the kitchen whipping something up to tell us tomorrow, man, or later this morning, you know what I'm saying? Or should I say, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, by the time we wake up, it's already probably noon over there, you know what I'm saying? About 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock over here. It's about like 1 o'clock over there. So, all of that stuff is coming out, you know what I'm saying? And, I know he's going to be getting interviewed because, David Hay and Bellew's press conference and stuff like that have been jumping around. And, he's back in town right now for the Sulecki and Jacobs fight. So, they're going to be interviewing him for fight week. Man, it's just crazy, man. Right now, man, I think Eddie Hearn is his back is up against the wall, man, because, pretty much, Deontay Wilder's pretty much said it in black and white. It gets no better than that right now, man. And what's happening now is, Deontay Wilder's making it no room for error right now. He's pretty much saying, look, man, do you accept the offer or not? Do you accept the $50 fucking million, yo? Do you accept that offer or not, man? Because right now, the best offer that Eddie Hearn has offered was a $12 million flat fee. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about you guys, man, but you got a $50 million, you know what I'm saying, deal. And we don't even know the gist of that. That might include, pay-per-view rights and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But $50 million up front is pretty much what Anthony Joshua asked for. And that's what Anthony Joshua's, that's what he's going to get right now. You know what I'm saying? So, my personal opinion is I think
it's better than $50 million, though. It's better than $50 million. So he's guaranteed $50 million no matter what. But if it makes over $100 million, then the deal becomes a 50-50 split. So no matter what, Anthony Joshua takes no risk. He wins. No matter what happens, he wins. He's guaranteed the $50 million. If the fight makes no money, he still gets $50 million. It doesn't matter. Anthony Joshua's guaranteed that $50 million. This should be an easy decision. Don't matter.
Wow.
Anthony Joshua is the winner in this deal. Anthony Joshua is the winner. I don't know how this is even a discussion.
Wow, y'all, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first, man. $50 million just to walk in the ring and get, and do what if he wins, what you say, Cal? If he wins, he loses, he still gets a $50 million.
Yep, don't matter. He's getting $50 million no matter what. It's guaranteed. It's locked in. No matter what happens in the fight, Anthony Joshua is the big winner out of this, man. So here's the situation. If the fight makes $150 million, they both get 75 apiece. So they both end up winning. But Wilder needs everything to break the right way for it to become a 50-50 fight. That's
what I'm asking.
No matter what, though, Anthony Joshua's winning. Yeah, so Anthony Joshua is the big winner, man. Anthony Joshua, no matter what happens, he gets $50 million or more. If the fight does really well, he gets more. And so does Wilder. So Wilder's going to it becomes 50-50 the moment it breaks, you know what I mean, the $100 million barrier. When it breaks $100 million, then Wilder gets the other 50. That's how it works. I mean,
do you personally think right now that actually when it's actually going down, do you actually think that, Eddie Hearn and them are willing to budge on this, man? Because like I said, Eddie Hearn right now is pretty much, I feel like he's playing the role right now of a promoter, man. He's just, lagging us along, strolling us along. And then bang, he's going to announce the fucking Povetkin versus Joshua fight. That's what I think is going to happen, man. I mean,
wouldn't be surprised.
because what some of the viewers said earlier, man, is they're pretty much saying that Anthony Joshua is Deontay. I mean, it's Anthony Joshua is Eddie Hearn's last cash cow, dog. He's the last and the only one.
I want to see what Anthony Joshua does.
Kell Brook is getting his career back on. You know, who does Eddie Hearn really have right now, y'all? You guys in the chat, tell me this. Huh?
Here's the thing. I still blame Eddie Hearn for Kell Brook because he should have never put him in the fight with Triple G, without him being acclimated to the division. He should have told him, you know what, man, I know you can beat him, but if you're gonna do this, then you need to move up to 160 and acclimate yourself to the division. But Eddie Hearn, all he saw was dollar signs, so he put him in that fight. That tells me that Eddie Hearn doesn't give a fuck about his fighters. At the end of the day, it's all about his bottom line, how much cash he can make. So I don't trust Eddie Hearn at all. Because Eddie Hearn, to me, almost damn near ruined Kell Brook's career. Because Kell Brook was fine until that fucking Triple G fight, man, where he was actually winning. But like I said, if he was acclimated to the division, he wins that fight. And I don't think he gets his eye socket broken because he's used to taking punches from that division, from people that weigh 160 pounds. But he wasn't used to getting hit by somebody that. At that division, he wasn't used to getting hit by somebody that heavy, and that's what I'm trying to say. And so I blame Eddie Hearn for that. And Eddie Hearn, man, I just don't believe that Anthony Joshua is going to accept that shit, man. Especially if Wilder can get to AJ, and prove to him that he's going to give him $50 million, because I think that's what Eddie Hearn's trying to prevent Anthony Joshua from speaking to Deontay Wilder and Deontay Wilder's team to show them that what they're saying is legit. Because Anthony Joshua may go back and want to check the old books and see how much of money been made off of him in the fight. And I think he'll find out that he hasn't been making the most amount of money. That Eddie Hearn's been making more money than he has. And I don't think he's gonna be too happy about that if he ever finds that out. And the best thing he could do for himself is to get rid of the matchroom with the manager.
What they saying in the chats right now? They're saying Timmy Diamond saying. Shout out Timmy Diamond. Shout out everybody in the chat, man. Timmy Diamond saying Hearns rather keep his home and his house. He got a home. He got an emoji of a home and a black dude, yo. What you trying to say? A house nigga, man? Yo, these two. He said a home and a. That's fucked up, Timmy Diamonds. He said in line. He said Hearns rather keep his blank in line fighting in house.
He got a slave nigga. That's what Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's a slave master, and then he got his niggas that work out in the field and the one that work in the house. Eddie Hearn's the house nigga. Not Eddie Hearn, but AJ's the house nigga. You know, he light skinned too like that, so you know what I mean.
This dude got a fucking house in like a black lawyer with a tie. Yo, y'all off the chain with the emojis, yo. What the fuck, yo? Ronald Finkel says, he says, the promotion Floyd is, it doesn't count $100 million. Timmy Diamond says they rushed Brook entirely too fast. They messed Brook's career up permanently. Brook was the best welterweight, period. Wow, Timmy Diamond. Wow, Timmy Diamond. I can't agree more, dog.
Hey, Corey, I'm going to tell you this. He was the best welterweight.
Damn. Just imagine a fresh Kell Brook not fighting Triple G, man. Come on.
I mean, you got. It's obvious that Eddie Hearn ruined Kell Brook's career. I don't know if Kell Brook knows that.
Why though?
Why? Because Eddie Hearn only cares about money. Money. These guys are just.
So what I'm asking you is, and I know a lot of people watching want to know, is Eddie Hearn's gonna mess up Anthony Joshua's career like that?
Fuck yeah, he is.
You think so? You think he's gonna throw him? You think he's gonna throw him out there now?
I think he would. No, he won't do it now. He'll do it when he's in position to steal all the money. That's why he wanted to sign Deontay Wilder, because then he gets to keep all the money. So he knows it's going to be a $100 million fight. Then what he can do is he can give Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, like $25 million apiece. And if it's like a $200 million fight, Eddie Hearn keeps the $150 himself. And that's what it's about. I'm serious. And on top of that, Eddie Hearn is to go to the networks and say, look, I got two cats. Look at all the cash cows I got working for me. How can you not want to sign Matchroom to an exclusive deal to your network? Not just those fighters, Matchroom Boxing to HBO, Matchroom Boxing to Showtime, Matchroom Boxing to ESPN. That's what Eddie Hearn's been trying to get. He's been trying to get a network deal for his promotional company. He wants to have everyone on the stable on HBO or Showtime or ESPN.
Well, right now, what I'm trying to tell y'all, and I'm trying to tell everybody in the chats right now, Eddie Hearn pretty much has a lock right now because, you know, with Anthony Joshua, I feel like if Anthony Joshua does not fight, you know, Deontay Wilder next, I think a lot of fans in the UK might start turning on Anthony Joshua. It's just the honest to God truth, man. I'm being honest as I can be.
Corey, a lot of those fans are already Tyson Fury fans. Some of them were Anthony Joshua fans and waiting for Tyson Fury to come back. Now that the Gypsy King is back, we all know what they're already starting to come out. I've been seeing more Tyson Fury fans back. Because, you know, Anthony Joshua's good, but he's not the Gypsy King. The Gypsy King will box the ears off of both Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua.
You got a guy in the chat saying, Ola Wissini. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. He said this caller is quite unintelligent and biased. Remind him the brain is for thinking and not the foot.
Tell that Nigerian nigga to eat a dick.
Excuse my language on the show, y'all.
Cause I know exactly what he is. And guess what, motherfucker? I know exactly what you are, but go eat dick. Go eat that, because I know you enjoy that. Because you got to take Anthony Joshua's dick out your mouth. I'm telling you, you'll be a happier person if you do that. You will. Because you got his balls. He's balls deep in your throat, man. Down in your esophagus. You'll be a happier man, I swear. I'm telling you, you'll be a happier man if you just take his balls out of your throat. I'm telling you. That's what's wrong with you right now, man. You're struggling. You're struggling right now, man. I know it's difficult for you, and I know you guys be loving to look at Anthony Joshua without a shirt on and all that other gay shit that you guys be doing all the time, talking about, well, look at his muscles and all the women and stuff that like him and things of that nature. That's what you guys love to talk about shit like that.
Dude just comes out of nowhere, man. But yeah, pretty much, man. You know, Cali Enigma knows what he's talking about, man, and I back him. That's the reason why he's on the show, man. You know, what it is, you know, a lot of guys don't want to hear the truth sometimes. You know, that's my personal opinion. And what I think Cali, you know, touches a nerve if you're really a AJ supporter. But what it is, you know, Aloy or whatever, you know, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name, but Aloy, if I were to say, you know, and I were to touch on that, you know, I think if anything that you might be being biased because you might have to, you know, dig down and think about, you know, what does Anthony Joshua bring to the table, and how can he defeat Deontay Wilder? How do you see him, instead of saying that, you know, the caller's unintelligent and that he's biased? How about trying to break down the Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder fight and let us know how you think it's going to go down? How do you think that Anthony Joshua is going to beat Deontay Wilder? I would love to hear it out of you, dude, because I haven't even blocked you yet.
And here's the thing, though. Man, because what we believe is I can tell he's been getting pissed off, especially about his shit on Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's a piece of shit.
He says he rebuttals. He says, what has Wilder done to get the fight? Oh my.
He's a vote holder. Once again, he's a vote holder, man. You need to stop, dude. Go suck on some dick of some other motherfucking UK fanboy channel, bro. We must not be the place for you, because whatever you want to hear some other shit, bro. Guess what? I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Anthony Joshua will be a happier man if he signs with Al Heyman as his manager to go back and take a look at the numbers. Because guess what? Eddie Hearn's been screwing Anthony Joshua for a long time.
And that's another thing. Aloy, I know you're listening. Aloy, right now, I'm being honest with y'all. Right now, and like Alteza said, he says, you know, Aloy says, what does Wilder done to get the fight? Alteza rebuttals and says He brings the WBC belt. That's a prestigious belt. The most prestigious belt in boxing. The one that Muhammad Ali held. The one that Mike Tyson held, man. The WBC belt, in my eyes, I think that's the most respected sanctioning body in boxing, man. And I'm being honest, man.
And Floyd Mayweather, the one of Floyd Mayweather.
And Floyd Mayweather.
You know what I'm saying?
And Floyd Mayweather.
It is the belt. It is the prestigious belt. We know that Muhammad Ali made the WBC the belt to wear. Ali, respect to the greatest of all time.
He says Wilder 40-0 fucking fights, still making $2 million. Why you counting that man pockets, man? That ain't got nothing to do with his fighting. That ain't got nothing to do with his fighting. He says the WBC belt and $2 million. Nigga, please. I mean, dog, you're not making any sense right now, dog. I don't understand why we have to stoop down to your level when you can't engage with guys like us, man. It'll never work, dog. It'll never work, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at first I was pretty much trying to, see where you were coming from with that. I was trying to give you a chance, Aloy. But right now, dog, all you're looking like is all you trying to do is argue with somebody, man. This ain't the channel, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to stop the fight. He wants to stop the fight because he knows that Deontay Wilder is gonna knock his ass to a casket. That's what he heard me. I'm saying it right now. Wilder gonna knock his ass smooth the fuck out. Get ready to see it. Stop being a little bitch boy, because that's what you are, a little fuck boy motherfucker. I'm just telling you right now, you over there trying to block the fight. You're the type of fan that I'm talking about.
Oh
fucking go away, go somewhere. Stop watching boxing, man. You're ruining the sport. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he is. He's ruining the sport. He's over there trying to block the fight. Over there trying to block the fight, scared to death. You ain't fighting. You ain't the one in the ring, boy. If you ain't the one getting hit in the head, stop being a coward. You're not the one taking the risk. Joshua the one getting money. Stop worrying about it. He ain't gonna be your boyfriend either, because I know you want him to be. He ain't into you. He like you can tell he got a son, so we know he like women. But I know he wish he liked you, nigga.
Hey Trey X, what's good, man? Welcome back to the show, dog. We getting it crunk, man. You know we in this. You know we in the house. You know what I'm saying? What's good with you, dog? We're pretty much talking about an AJ supporter right now. He's came on the line. And like I said, man, this is a show, man, where you can voice your opinion, and we're not always gonna agree with you, man. But just don't get disrespectful, Aloy. That's all we asking you, man. We're not gonna block you. We're not trying to do that. Just don't get disrespectful. You can have a million different opinions more than me and Callie and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get disrespectful, dog. That's all I ask you, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the show, dog. That's all I ask you, dog. But what you're saying is it pretty much makes no sense. To bring you up, Trey X, is what this AJ supporter is pretty much saying, is that he pretty much was saying that, that Callie, he said that this caller, is quite unintelligent and biased. That's what he was saying at first. Then he was saying that, he's pretty much saying that, what does Wilder bring to the table right now? I mean, that was blatantly what the fuck. And then he says Eddie Hearn is a great promoter.
Well, shit, to be real, bro, a lot of the UK support.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean,
goddamn, bro. Let me say something, bro.
Goddamn, nigga, go ahead then.
A lot of these motherfucking UK supporters don't know what the hell they talking about, man. Some of them don't even know how much we pay for pay-per-views over here. I told the motherfucker earlier, I said, man, we pay between like $70 and $100 for a pay-per-view. That motherfucker said, well, around here, between Normandy and Western, we pay a little 20, twin.
Oh, no.
My nigga.
Oh, Trey.
Boys over there ain't spending no money, man. I want to play y'all, so I'm just looking forward on that Eddie.
Golden Gloves boxing was good. So Trey X, pretty much, what's your rebuttal to what he's saying? He's pretty much saying that Wilder pretty much has what has he done to earn his, to pretty much earn a shot at Joshua? That's pretty much what he's saying.
Motherfucker, the champion, man. Don't y'all want to see some unifications around this motherfucker? Don't y'all want to see one champion, man? Ain't y'all tired of looking out there and seeing 3-4 champions and shit? Let's get one unified champion, bro. Fuck all that bullshit you talking about.
Yeah, that's all we saying, dog. I mean, you know,
Hey,
like I
Dr.
said,
Blick,
what up, Mario?
Corey,
What up, Robert?
Corey, Dr. Blick is in the he's in the chat. Dr. Blick, you want a link, bro? I've been trying to get you on forever, bro. I've been trying to get you on. You should see it right there. He's Golden Gloves boxing, man. That's Dr. Blick. I'm trying to get. Do you want to ask him to see if you want to get on?
Yeah, see if you want. You can get on if you want, dog. So do I. Who is stalling the fight? He says. He said. So what Aloy is saying right now? He says. So do I. He said he wants to see the fight. He said, "Who is stalling the fight?" But you just said out of your mouth, dude, that you said that you know that what has Wilder done to earn the fight? Pretty much. Now you're saying that you want the fight. Which one is it? Which one is it? Has Wilder earned his shot to fight your King Joshua, or hasn't he? You know what I'm saying? I feel like now you're being a little, contradicting, to be honest with you. You're all over the place, dude.
Corey, that's what they do though, man. These dudes these agent protectors, the one who want to stop the fight, they all over the place. And they try to make it look like that they really want the fight after they get called out on it. See, he really don't want the fight. That's why he said, what has he done to deserve the fight? Another champion doesn't deserve a fight with another champion. How ridiculous does that sound? You are not a boxing fan if you ask that question about another champion. We want undisputed. We want an undisputed champion, man. And we're not going to get that if we continue to have fans like you who are trying to obviously block the fight. The reason you say something like that because you're scared Anthony Joshua is going to lose. Otherwise, you're like, let's just get it on.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me play something real quick, man, because we be getting into it with the UK fans when they be arguing where the money at.
He said, Aloy says, how is he AJ stalling the fight? If Wilder actually sits down and negotiates, we won't be here. Bring a social media troll doesn't make fights.
But look, who said AJ was stalling the fight? We said Eddie Hearn. We actually think Anthony Joshua wants the fight.
Hey,
now, with that 50 million.
Let me play.
Go ahead, Trey X. Go ahead.
Y'all know we be getting into it with the UK fans. We be arguing where the money at and shit. Well, listen to where Eddie Hearn say the money is. Now, listen to Eddie Hearn.
Okay.
It was for a UK fight. Is there more money in a US fight? Yes, there is.
There it is. You heard him.
Whoa!
Is there more money in a
hey.
Yes, there is. You want to hear it again? Because I know it was.
Trump card, game, set, match.
Let us hear it again, Trey X.
Oh, let me back it up real quick.
Back that shit up, nigga.
Deontay Wilder,
hold on.
which was never acknowledged or replied to. It was for a UK fight. Is there more money in a US fight? Yes, there is.
Bam, there it is.
Let's go.
In the UK fight, man.
So Aloy, there it is, dog. If the fight's gonna happen, it's gonna probably 9 times out of 10 happen in the US, dog. And I'll be honest with you, man. I was actually one of the guys earlier when me and Callie was talking. I was pretty much one of the guys that was saying that, I wanted to see the fight in UK. But I mean, to be honest with you, man, when you really break down things, man, I think there probably is a little bit more money, or probably a lot more money in the US, man.
And that's another thing that Deontay Wilder bringing with him. He bringing all this US action, bro. He bringing this US money behind him, bro. Cause we gonna spend that money to see that shit. People gonna spend that money to come see that shit at the fight. It's gonna be, man, people gonna be gambling in Vegas, man. It's gonna be all kind of shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. He says, Aloy says, am I allowed to post interview links? I mean, what you posting interview links? What you gotta say? Just say it, dog. Just say it, dog. You ain't gotta, you know what I mean? Alteza says UK can't make 50 million. It says Eddie Hearn said it himself. That's what I'm saying, y'all. That's exactly what I'm saying. Alteza says they never blocked Charles Martin's for IBF belt. He says fight. He says they knew that easy work for AJ. Pretty much what Alteza's saying, that they never blocked Charles Martin from coming to the UK. He said they knew that was easy work. But now, I guess what Alteza is saying, that now that Deontay Wilder is on the chopping block, or he's on the menu, and that's an interesting fight. Because to be honest with y'all, man, Who really wanted to see the Charles Martin Anthony Joshua fight, man? Because I'll be the first to say, dog, that wasn't a fight that I had to see, man.
Shit, AJ fans wanted to see it because that was easy work. Yeah, that was an easy build.
Oh my God, dog. That was a tough fight to watch, dog.
Oh, wait a minute. It said, Dr. Blick, check your email. I shot you the link.
So yeah, man.
Check your email.
Corey, you got them messed up. AJ fans will take a Charles Martin rematch right now. What you talking about? Shit.
God damn, dog. And then there's a guy in the chat saying his name is Anthony Joshua. Shout out Anthony Joshua in the chat, dog. They coming out of nowhere. But he says, why would Joshua not want the fight? He has already unified the division after only 21 fights. Hey, man, the same reason why Eddie Hearn don't want to fight, because to be honest with you, Eddie Hearn runs the show over there. And that's my personal opinion, dog. I feel like the boat don't move if Eddie Hearn ain't moving it. Because to be honest with you, I feel like Eddie Hearn just says whatever he wants to Joshua, and Joshua goes right along and listens.
And at the same time, stop bringing up that 90K shit, man. That shit don't mean nothing if Eddie Hearn himself is saying that all the money over here in America. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much Anthony Joshua, the guy Anthony Joshua in the chat said, Joshua has unified the division after only 21 fights. He said he wants to fucking fight. Show us the money. AJ will fight. There is no reason he sells 90,000 tickets under 5 seconds.
Bro, they ain't spending no money over there. I'm telling you, over there in the UK.
If the tickets...
if a motherfucker got 20 pounds over there, and that's his last 20 pounds, the motherfucker got a choice to make. Should I buy me a 20 sack or should I buy this fight? A motherfucker gonna be like, man, fuck that fight. I'm about to smoke this weed, and they gonna post the fight on YouTube later on.
Black Horseman was good, dog.
Chilling, man. It's kind of loud here, but what y'all got going, dog?
Man, we talking about these AJ supporters, man. They coming out the woodworks, dog. And like I said, this is a show where you can voice your opinion, man. Like I said, man, we're not gonna kick you off just for voicing your opinion. Just don't get disrespectful. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, dog. You can say whatever you want to say, man. My personal opinion about the AJ supporters, Black Horsemen, and everybody on the panel, man, is I think that, AJ probably does want to fight, man. But like I said, man, I don't think it comes down to what Anthony Joshua wants. I think it comes down to what Eddie Hearn wants, dog. If Eddie Hearn don't want it, guess what, y'all? It ain't gonna happen. Ray Zone, what's up, dog?
How you doing, homie, man? How's everybody?
What's up with you, bro?
Everybody doing good. What's good with you, man? What you want to talk about today?
Man, there's a few things I want to talk about, but, I definitely want to talk about the Bill Cosby situation, if anybody want to talk about that.
Man, to be honest with you, we going to try to keep it boxing over here. Fuck Bill Cosby. But yeah, man.
Oh shit.
Pretty much that's what it is, dog. We done seen so many fucking actors, dog, drug women. That shit been going down for years, dog. That shit ain't just happened. It's just now bringing it to the spotlight right now.
Nah,
that
I agree
shit
with
been
you,
going down for years, dog.
Damn, Corey, you breaking up bad, Corey. You been breaking up bad, bro.
Can y'all hear me, Travis?
Nah, you good, dog.
Oh, you good.
Yeah, but that's my personal opinion about the Bill Cosby. But right now, Ray Zone and Black Horseman, to catch y'all up to what we talking about right now, we're pretty much talking about, the AJ supporters. They're pretty much saying that what has Deontay Wilder done to get the AJ fight? Black Horseman, let it rip, and then Ray, you can go.
Hey, repeat the question, bro.
So he said, the guy in the chat says, he actually says, if you go back in the chat, he says, what has Deontay Wilder done to get the Anthony Joshua fight? The guy, Louis.
Oh, Louis, huh? Well, he pretty much knocked out everybody in his face, doc. That's all I got to say.
Oh, shit. Hey, go ahead, Ray. Let it rip, dog.
Man, listen, man. What did Anthony Joshua did to get this fight? He ain't doing nothing. Wilder's putting everything on the table. He's giving you details. He's giving you everything you want, and you still don't want to take it. Listen, I have no excuse. He have no excuse to make this fight, man. Right now at this point, I think Eddie Hearn is just behind the scenes trying not to make this fight happen. That's all I see. Because for Anthony Joshua to take this fight, you got 50 mil guaranteed. Plus, this fight could make 100 million easily. What's the excuse?
Hey, so Cali, I mean, right now, in all of y'all's opinion right now, and I really want to ask y'all, all of y'all, opinion about this is, after everything's said and done, man, how do you think Eddie Hearn is going to be able to negotiate this with the $50 million being on? How's he going to be able to counter this, y'all? Cali, let it rip, dog. How is he going to be able to counter this $50 million offer? How is Eddie Hearn going to be able to counter this offer, man? This is a hell of an offer, dog. Go ahead, Trey X, if Cali's busy, and then we'll let it rip with the rest of y'all. Trey X, you there?
Yeah, was here.
Golden Gloves Boxing, what's up, man?
Yo, what's good, man? What's good?
All right. We're just talking about, Doc, what's up, Blick? That's you? All right.
Yeah, it's me.
I remember we did that joint back in the day with Fanon a couple months ago, man.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we talk about David Hayes and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I think that might have been the last time I've been on Fanon's show, man. It's been a while, man. But I just been building my own brand over here, trying to get it in over here, dog. But we in the building, man, and right now what we're talking about is we got an AJ Fanatics in here, man, and they're pretty much saying what has Deontay Wilder done, Mr. Blake, to get the Anthony Joshua fight, man? What do you have to say about that? And these are your countrymen that are talking like this. Aren't you from the UK?
Yeah, I'm from the UK, but like it's kind of stupid because you can say that about anyone that's AJ's fought. Like you can say that about anyone. You can say about Takam. You can say that about Pulev being mandatory. You can say that about Dylan White.
Hey, Dr. Blick, a guy that's from your country, your nation, says, what has Deontay Wilder done to get the Anthony Joshua fight? What do you have to say to that?
What has he done? He's got a belt. He's 40-0, 39 knockouts. Like if you look at Joseph Parker, what has he done? What has Joseph Parker done? Has he beaten Ortiz or someone on the level of Ortiz? You can say that about a lot of opponents that Anthony Joshua's faced. My God. If you're looking at it in terms of that aspect, yeah, Anthony Joshua should fight no one. He should just shadow box for 12 rounds. At this point, like it's stupid.
Oh my God, man. Why do they? He's back. Louis back. He says Eddie Hearn's job is to make money for his fighter. If terms are not right, there will be no fight. This is what Wilder's promoters should be doing. Wait till Eddie Hearn takes over American boxing. Whoa.
He won't.
This is a UK guy saying that he won't. This is a UK guy, y'all. So for all you UK fans out there, let them know, Dr. Blick. Just let them know. I'm going to let you talk, dog.
Like, okay, look at it.
Let it rip, dog. Let it rip, man. It's been a long time since we got on the mic together, man.
I just find it funny when people say Eddie Hearn's going to take over when the only person that he really has that's actually good is Danny Jacobs. What? Like Jarrell Big Baby Miller? Is that gonna help him take over? He's like everyone knows, like even the Charlo brothers compared him to Don King. Like no one likes him like that, and a lot of people are not really gonna side with Eddie Hearn because they know what he's like. Like people saying that he needs to get the best interest for Anthony Joshua. Isn't 50 million enough? Like 50 million guaranteed. No matter how much the fight sells, he's gonna get 50 million. If it does more, he's going to get more than that. Where's the bad? Like, where's the negative? Like, test him and call him out on his bluff if you feel like Wilder's lying. It's that simple. He knows he's not lying. He acted like it's rocket science.
So then Louis snaps back and he says, whoever is managing Wilder got him fucked up. That shit is not on Hearn. He says, you may not like him, but respect his job.
I don't need to like him. I just want to see good fights. Where's the part? Like, yo,
this guy is from your country talking like the guy Louis, man. He's from the UK. He's talking his gibberish, man. Maybe you can understand his language because nobody on the panel can understand him.
Okay, well, like let me see what he's saying. I'm gonna open up this thing as well. But like my point is this, yeah. You're saying Eddie Hunt's doing his job, whoever's managing. Well, it don't matter, man. We want to see this fight. This fight is gonna be big regardless.
Yeah.
Especially if you get the American audience as well. Because I know them pay-per-view numbers are crazy in terms of how much you guys are paying over there. So I don't understand why people are saying he's not big enough. Well, like he's bigger than Joseph Parker. He's bigger than Takam. Like we've seen in the past that Anthony Joshua's fought people that are not as popular as Deontay Wilder. If you're looking at current boxers that are currently boxing, if you minus someone like Floyd Mayweather, then Deontay Wilder's the most popular. He does good numbers.
Hey, Callie, I don't mean to cut you off, Dr. Blick, but Callie, you ready to let it rip? Y'all can the rest of y'all can let it rip back to Callie too. Oh, Callie just dropped off.
That nigga ripped and left out of this bitch.
Damn, all right, Callie, my bad, dog. But yeah, you know, if any one of y'all has to rebuttal on that, man, let it rip, y'all. Let it rip. Open show.
Well, hey, let me say something real quick, man. I pretty much agree with all of y'all. We already know that Deontay Wilder give Anthony Joshua a proper milling, and that's why they don't want to see him in there. But I got to snitch on Larissa. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because one of the dudes brought up Bill Cosby. Hey, your girl Larissa tried to shoot a shot at me right earlier. Yeah. but I told her I ain't want to do you like that. And plus, I had to go to work. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Larissa in the chat, man. She's starting to learn a lot more, man. I've seen Larissa come a long way from the first time she's been on the show, man. So maybe we can get her to call in one day, man. She's definitely a casual, starting to turn into a hardcore, man. And the transition process on Larissa Johnson has been amazing.
I've been fucking with you, Larissa. Larissa cool, man.
Yeah. But so Black Horsemen and Alvin, y'all anything to say?
Man, I saw a video, Boxing Clinic, man, put out a good video, man.
Okay.
And he was just talking about how that 50 million pretty much put Eddie Hearn in a shitty predicament, man. And he was talking about how Anthony Joshua might end up, you know what I'm saying, if he takes that offer, you know what I'm saying, he could be considering, you know, moving to America, man, and just, you know what I'm saying, and clicking up with Al Heyman, because he's seeing that Al Heyman, he said that Al Heyman got that bread. I
think of it like that, y'all. Do you guys, yo, that's a good topic to bring up.
Hey, y'all gotta check out
actually, Black Horseman, that's a great topic to bring up, man. And I want to know everybody on the panel, man. I want to know everybody on the panel, your thoughts, man. Do you guys honestly think that, you know, Anthony Joshua might jump ship and go to Al Heyman? Dr. Blick, go ahead, dog. And then we're gonna let your boy beside you go, man.
Personally, I'm not really too sure, because we've seen in the past that Danny Jacobs, he's managed by Al Heyman, but he's still with Eddie Hearn, so he can still be with both. But I can see why Eddie Hearn would be worried about about Anthony Joshua jumping ship, because Anthony Joshua, at the end of the day, like he said this multiple times, he wants to become.
But to be honest, Dr. Blick, I don't mean to cut you off, but let's be honest, y'all. You know, money does talk, man, and money does say a lot of things, dog.
I know he possibly could leave. He's not like Anthony Joshua's not really bound to Eddie Hearn. Apparently, his contract is up soon, and that's why you see Eddie Hearn trying to see if he can sign Wilder and sign other fighters as well, like Fury, like low key, like trying to cool them out. Same with what he's done with Billy Joe Saunders as well.
Callie, you're back, man. We can't wait to hear you, man. What we're talking about right now, Callie, if you can hear us, is we're talking about, to bring you up to speed, man, is what we're talking about is Black Horseman brought up an awesome point just now, man. He says that pretty much that Boxing Clinic says that you know, maybe, you know, say what you said, Black Horseman. I don't want to get it fucked up.
Oh, it's all good. No, Boxing Clinic put out a good video saying that being that Al Heyman, being that, you know what I'm saying, this $50 million offer, might be considering moving to America, man. And if he ends up winning, you know what I'm saying, he could become the guy in America, and you know what I'm saying, he can go to these different states and see what it's like out here. And you know what I'm saying, Al Heyman can scoop him up and he can be making some bread out
here. You breaking up, Black Horseman. You breaking up real bad, dog. You breaking up hella bad.
Jump the ship from Eddie.
Black Horseman, your phone is breaking up real bad. Pretty much what Black Horseman was saying, man, Cali, is that you know, Eddie Hearn is, you know, real slick with his shit, but you know, with Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman making that $50 million offer, that it wouldn't be out of the norm, or, you know, out of the blue, that Anthony Joshua might want to jump ship to Al Heyman, dog. What do you got to say about that? I want to know what hey, Ray, go ahead and let it rip. I want to let Ray rip too. I want to let him in there.
I actually said that earlier. I said that earlier because, man, I told CJ, I said, man, I actually brought up that too, that he should go to Al Heyman. So it makes absolute sense as far as I'm concerned that he should go to Al Heyman. Let Al Heyman go over them contracts. Let him go over some of the past contracts and see what you've been missing out on. You know what I mean? It looked like that he's probably been robbed and had quite a few $1 million stolen from him.
Aloy just said, oh, he deleted it, man. You could have, hey, Ron, y'all can let the man, long as the man ain't being disrespectful, y'all, the guy Aloy, y'all can let him rip, man. He's kind of funny, man, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah, tell him, don't delete his messages or anything like that. Let him go.
To be honest with y'all, hey, Ronald Finkley, I feel rich. Shout out to all the Rich Gang, man. We got hella Rich Gang out there, man, and we running deep out there. But just to be honest with y'all, man, I haven't seen him particularly use, you know, I haven't seen him, you know, pretty much only directly thing he said was to Cali about, you know, being biased and unintelligent. But we all know that's a lie. We all know Cali knows his shit. And I mean, like I said, man, I think we're not being biased. And maybe, you know, you might be biased on saying that what has Wilder done to get the AJ shot. That is a little biased, if you ask me. If you ask anybody on the panel, doesn't that sound a little biased, y'all?
Yeah, he's a champion, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dr. Blick. Go, Dr. Blick. Go for it, Dr. Blick.
Hold on. Let Ray get it in because Blick just went. Go ahead, Ray.
Okay.
How you feeling about it?
Let me put my 2 cents about it. First of all, for them to even give him that flat deal to Wilder is disrespectful for somebody as a champion the caliber of Deontay Wilder. That's number one. Number two, Eddie Hearn disrespected Al Heyman and his money. Big bank versus little bank. Are you kidding me? Everybody know how the Al Heyman have money. He know that money came up already from Al Heyman. He didn't have the question. He's trying to confuse the fans and trick them, act like Wilder's delusional that he's getting these money from somewhere else. Like, you ever heard of advisor in investment banking? Like, come on. Listen, they don't want the fight. Eddie Hearn don't want the fight. He feel Wilder. He feel like if he put Anthony Joshua out there, he's going to lose everything. Not only Anthony Joshua, he's going to lose everybody. Everybody's going to leave, go to Al Heyman like they did the Golden Boy and all that. We could go back and know how history's turned. Al Heyman is the bosses, all bosses. That's all I got to say. There's nothing more. Everybody on this panel know what I'm talking about. Everybody know.
Yeah. So go ahead, Dr. Blick. You want to let it rip?
So, like, the way I see it is...
Hey, Trey X, we're going to go to you next, man. I know you got some shit in the kitchen cooking it up. Go ahead, though, doctor.
The way I've seen it is that Eddie Hearn has already learned his lesson with Kell Brook fighting Golovkin. So he doesn't want to repeat of that. Like, you notice how Kell Brook's stock went down. He fought Golovkin, went back down to 147, lost against Errol Spence, and now he's trying to rebuild his career. And Eddie Hearn's learning from that mistake of letting him fight Golovkin. It was more so... what's his name? Kell Brook pushing himself towards that fight rather than what we've seen with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's not really doing anything. If he wants that fight to happen, he can make it happen. 50 million is a good offer. And if he doesn't accept it, I don't care what no one says, he's straight up ducking. Because how can you reject 50 million and you have majority of the belts?
Hey, Dr. Blick, hold on, y'all. Casey Robinson's made a good point, y'all. He says, whose pay-per-view buys are worth more money, UK or US? Question mark. If the fight is in the UK, many people here in the US won't buy it because of the time difference. We don't want to watch a mega fight at some random time. Shout out Casey Robinson in the chat, man.
Nigga, I'll watch that shit at 3 in the morning.
Let me say this. Hey, let me say this though. Let me say this though. UK fans will come over to the US to watch that fight. They will get a bunch of fans that will travel from the UK to watch that fight.
So Dr. Blick, so you being one of the only UK guys on the panel right now, man, how do you feel about the fight being over here in the US, and does it make a difference between you?
Obviously the times are going to be pretty awkward for like some people, but people do go to sleep and wake up to watch fights. I know a lot of people when it came down to Floyd versus Conor McGregor, they went to sleep and they woke up to watch the fight. So people in the UK will watch the fight. Like they're loyal when it comes to
Ray, mute your mic a little bit. We can hear you a little bit over there, buddy. But look, what you were saying now?
Yeah, people over here will watch the fight. Like people will stay up, watch the fight, or go to sleep and set a time to wake up and watch the fight. People will wake up and watch the fight.
Oh, they will. They will fight. They will watch that fight, man. You think a lot of people? You don't think that'll mess up the fight over there in UK?
No. Like a lot of people watched Floyd Mayweather versus Pacquiao, and a lot of people.
What about Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor today? I know that was a big.
Yeah, that did really well over here. That did really well over here. A lot of people.
But I mean, how does that work out? Are the pubs still open? Is anything still open, or is it only pretty much just you got to watch it at home?
I think some places still open. I do know that there were certain theaters that were actually showing the fight. So a lot of people some people went to theaters to watch the fight.
Hey, y'all, just imagine, guys in the UK, when the fight's over, it's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning. Dudes just on the streets being hammered at 5 in the morning, dog. I can only imagine that shit, dog. Y'all got a crazy ass, fan base as it is. And just imagine mixing alcohol with that at 4 to 5 in the morning, Dr. Blick. I mean, how does that work out?
But like majority of people just stay home. I'm just
that's what I was at. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So that's what a lot of people do. Like, but places like that for big events, they will make exceptions to open them up just purely for that event because of how big it is. Like a lot of people did watch Mayweather McGregor, and a lot of people did watch Floyd versus Pacquiao. So people will go out their way for big fights. So like it wouldn't be a problem.
Pretty much we have Anthony Joshua in the comment section, y'all. I don't know if this is the real one or not, man, but he's pretty much saying that
it's not. Hey Corey, but you know that a lot of UK fans though, like I said, in Las Vegas, half that crowd would be from the UK. And half that crowd will be from the UK. We know that.
True. Because of
Anthony Joshua says, "You idiots. AJ will accept as soon as Al Heyman was meeting." He says, hold on. He says, as soon as Al Heyman has a meeting, he canceled his meeting with Eddie Hearn today. So who is stalling? Wow. What is he saying? He said that. He's saying Al Heyman canceled y'all? Is that what he's saying?
That's bullshit because Eddie Hearn already said that they're having a meeting when he gets after the Jacobs fight.
Oh shit!
He already said he's having a meeting.
They're supposed to have a meeting tomorrow.
Hey, Dr. Blick, I'm glad you're on the show, dog, because we got a UK. We got a guy from UK. We can experience the UK feelings, dog. And to be honest with you, man, you're a real one, dog. And I said that back when we did our show on Fanon, man. I don't think you're as biased as a lot of your UK Patreons, man.
Mm-hmm. It's just mainly because they just want to support the British fighter. But that's literally it. Like if you get people
shout out Larissa Johnson in the chat. She said that UK fans are very loyal, y'all. How do y'all feel about that, man? Do y'all think that the UK fans will travel, Black Horsemen? And I mean, how do y'all feel about that?
Definitely, because they did travel for Ricky Hatton versus Floyd. A lot of them were there. Majority of them were British fans rather than
travel with who?
For Ricky Hatton versus Floyd Mayweather.
Oh yeah, Callie, wasn't you saying something about that? And Trey X, weren't y'all saying something about Ricky Hatton and them traveling?
Y'all I said the UK fans will travel. They will travel. The UK fans will travel to Las Vegas, man. It's not like that's not going to be an overwhelming home field advantage for Deontay Wilder, except for the fact he's from the US. I'm telling you, it's going to be half and half, man.
So yeah, Trex, how you feeling about this whole situation, man? You still there, Trex? Trex part.
Yeah. I'm up in here, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I mean, you be changing the subject so goddamn much, man.
Hey, man, we got to keep you on your toes. Corey Lee Boxing, we switch it up quickly like clockwork, dog. Catch on.
The boy texting Larissa on the low.
Yeah. Come on, man. Nah.
Say the last
Just got a
point
couple girl fans, man. It's good to have women fans on here.
But the last clear point that I heard was when Black Horseman was talking about Anthony Joshua possibly jumping ship and coming to America, right?
Yeah, Al Heyman.
All right, so like, bro, I'm one of them people that I think that it's some fear in the equation. I feel like Anthony Joshua got fear of Wilder.
You think Anthony Joshua's scared of Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, I do.
Scared of 50 million?
Scared of 50? Come on, man. Nah, come on, Trex.
Let me make my point, bro. I'm not even talking about that 50 million. I'm talking about him.
Hey, Trey.
I'm talking about him.
Trey. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. Anthony Joshua wants that money. I'm telling you, this is Eddie Hearn, bro.
I'm not talking about the money, bro. I'm talking about
That's what I'm saying, Khaled.
I'm talking about what Black Horseman was talking about.
Oh,
he was talking about him jumping ship. I feel like Joshua is scared of Wilder. That's what I see when I see him talking about Wilder. I feel like Eddie Hearn's scared of that motherfucker because he's scared to put his golden goose in there with him.
Yeah,
but as far as Anthony Joshua's perspective, that motherfucker Eddie Hearn is a barrier between him and Wilder because he always trying to protect him. I don't see that motherfucker leaving that protector and coming over here on the same soil with Deontay Wilder under the same advisor, Al Heyman. I just don't see him exposing.
Hey, Trey, I think Eddie Hearn would allow this fight to go through if he was in control of the venue and all the money. If Eddie Hearn was going to get the majority of the money, he would go ahead with this fight immediately. But that's what it is. Eddie Hearn is a greedy ass bastard, bro.
But yeah,
go ahead, Ray. What you have to say, Ray? Go ahead.
Quick. On that interview I saw with the Boxing Voice, he was talking about the offer, but he was saying that he still feel like Anthony Joshua the A side anyway. He kept on saying that like he said that he would want them to have some control over the terms and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? To me, that sounds like a motherfucker that's still trying to make excuses for this fight not to happen. He just putting it out there for the fans to soak it up. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Casey Robinson in the chat. He said, I broke up with my girlfriend for saying McGregor was going to beat Floyd Mayweather. Hey, yo, Ray, go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
Man, to answer Trey response, man, I don't think AJ's scared of Wilder at this point. That 50 mil is gonna change your mind. It's gonna change your fear. Sometimes an ass kicking can feel good if you get 50 mil behind it, but I don't see AJ being scared. I just see AJ trying to secure himself throughout all of this. He's trying to have the money to back him up. That's basically what all this is. It's all about money. And when you deal with Eddie Hearn.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, man. Hey, Anthony Joshua in the chat, man. And like I told you, man. I told you the rich gang is there for a reason, man. You're gonna say fuck America and fuck Wilder, man. Well, fuck you, bitch. Get the fuck off my goddamn channel, you fuck ass boy. Get the fuck out of here and kick rocks, dog. Real shit. We don't need any of that in my fucking show, dog. Get out of here, dude.
Let him know. Let him
your bitch ass up out of here.
Damn, Corey.
Dog.
Like I said, for the real AJ, not for no fake ass shit. Now for the real AJ, he's not scared of Wilder. He's going to take that money. He's going to take that money. He just want to be in a secure place where everything benefit him. He know he's gonna get his ass kicked. He knows. You know we gonna get that ass whooping from a grown ass man. Cause Wilder's a grown man from Alabama. That's my father's hometown state. I know how those dudes runs. They hit like a motherfucker. I have older brothers.
How do Alabama run, Ray?
This is not gonna be an easy.
Hey Ray, you breaking up? Hey Ray, you breaking up something crazy?
Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
We're gonna get back to you in a minute. All right, hold on, Ray. We'll get back to you in a minute.
You hear me now?
Yeah, let me ask a question real quick. So, like, look, how do y'all feel about this? Like, Eddie Hearn, he could be looking at it like this. Okay, we could make $50 million fighting Deontay Wilder and possibly get our ass whooped, or we could just fight these other dudes at $20 million a piece, and in 5 fights, we made $100 million. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why sacrifice what we could make long-term for this short-term fight? That's what I was thinking earlier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I agree.
So pretty much, I mean, how you feeling about that shit, Dr. Blick? You still there, Dr. Blick?
Yeah. I kind of like was doing something real quick. What we talk about?
Like I told Trex, man, we might shoot the shit, but we stay on different topics, man. So you gotta be Cued in at all times, baby.
yo, what were you guys talking about?
Go ahead, run it. Give him the synopsis, Trey X. Let him know.
I asked this question. I said, could Eddie Hearn possibly be thinking about the long-term money? Like, instead of taking $50 million for one fight, they could have 5 or 6 fights and they'd have made $100 million. You know what I'm saying? Because if he make this 50 million to get his ass knocked out, I don't think they're gonna be making no big paydays no more. So he might be thinking about the long-term money.
Yeah, I can see that. I can really see that because like
I agree with Trey.
He's learned from Kell Brook because he fed Kell Brook to the Lions Den with Golovkin, so he doesn't want to make the mistakes again, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like the fight would have been easy to be made if he knew that he had someone like Wilder or someone like Billy Joe Saunders in his stable, because he will still have a big undefeated person in his stable. It's more so that.
Hey, Dr. Blick. Dr. Blick, did you hear Eddie Hearn today saying that he wanted to sign the Charlo twins, man?
Yeah, he's trying to call out everybody because he wants people to fall back on, because he knows that if he loses Anthony Joshua, for the most part, he doesn't really have anybody. He don't have anyone. That's his main guy. So if he was to have someone like Deontay Wilder, then losing Anthony Joshua wouldn't be so bad because he still has that guy in his stable. That's why he wants to try and make Dillian Whyte fight Deontay Wilder, hoping that he beats Deontay Wilder, which we all know Dillian Whyte ain't gonna beat Deontay Wilder. Hoping that he beats him.
That's another thing, y'all. That's another thing I want to ask y'all, everybody. I want to go down for Black Horseman, and I want to go all the way down the line. I want to go to Black Horseman and then the rest of them. I want to know, man, do you guys really think that Dillian Whyte is scared to fight Luis Ortiz, man? It's a topic that I really wanted to talk about, man. Black Horseman, let it rip, dude.
I mean, I think he feels it may not be too much fear, but it might be like you know what I'm saying, high risk, low reward.
But hold on, before y'all answer, Dillian Whyte went on record and says, why do I have to face Luis Ortiz? Like, how does this happen where he gets jumped up like that? That's pretty much what Dillian Whyte was saying. Go ahead.
Right. I mean, I think he really wants to, he wants to be champion. He wants a shot at that title. You know what I mean? I mean, it might be some fear. I mean, anybody, you know what I'm saying, will probably have a little bit of fear of fighting. I mean, Luis Ortiz is a killer, man. I still think he's number 2.
But like Aloy said, he said, who has Deontay Wilder faced? I mean,
get him out of here. Get him out of
here. Hey, Dr. Blick, go ahead, man. Let me know what you think about it, man.
Like, here's the thing, yeah. Luis Ortiz is going to be more motivated.
Oh, yeah, and that's another thing I want to know, too, man, since you're in the UK, man. How do fans perceive Luis Ortiz, or how do fans perceive Dillian Whyte? Do they think he's a viable threat?
No, like Dillian Whyte, like I wouldn't say he's like popular. He's just more kind of the guy that lost to Anthony Joshua sort of thing. That's pretty much what he is for the most part. I did feel that he did get some decent reception after he knocked out Lucas Brown. But other than that, he was.
Come on, y'all. Who's Lucas Brown, man?
I know Lucas Brown is a bomb, but still, a lot of people did see that. And for the casual fans, seeing that brutal knockout, it's gonna speak volumes. But other than that, there's nothing really amazing about him other than the fact that he got knocked out by Anthony Joshua.
Who you got winning the Dillian Whyte Luis Ortiz fight if that fight were to go down?
Ortiz 100%. Ortiz is gonna be so much more motivated because this is his last chance. If he loses this, then he's pretty much finished for the most part in terms of getting shots, because he's like 39 now. So this is his last chance. And if Dillian Whyte loses, he's obviously going to get other chances because he's still in his 20s, like his late 20s. So it's more important for Ortiz to win. And Ortiz even said that he's willing to fight Dillian Whyte before this even happened. He said, "Yo, I'm willing to be on the undercard of AJ versus Deontay Wilder, and you can have me fight Dillian Whyte, and winner fights the winner of them two." He said this a while back because he felt like the fight should have been stopped in the 7th round. But yeah, that's pretty much what Ortiz was
saying.
Ahead,
Ray. Let it rip, dog. How you feeling about it, Ray?
Man, I'm gonna make it plain and simple. Number 1, Dillian Whyte never fought any top 10 rank. That's 100% true. Number 2, he's afraid of Luis Ortiz. Remember he was saying that Luis and Wise Wallen fighting?
Yo, Ray, you
Him
breaking
and
up
nine instead
something
of white.
terrible.
You
Hey,
remember
Ray,
he
Breaking
said
up real
that?
bad.
Ray, your phone breaking up something terrible, dog. Huh?
Tell him
Can you hear me
hang
now?
up
Can
and
you hear me
call
now?
back.
Yeah, he said everybody said hang up and call back in. I mean, get back, come back in. All right, go ahead, Callie. Let it rip, dog.
I don't necessarily know if he's afraid personally. I think he's worried about it would be a little bit of a setback if he loses to Luis Ortiz. He'd have to rework his way back up into the rankings. So I see him going the pull-off route, even though that's not an easy route either, but it's easier than Luis Ortiz. So you know what I mean. He talked that stuff. He just likes running his mouth. But yeah, I don't think he knows if he can beat Luis Ortiz, even coming off a devastating knockout. So. Yeah, when you think about it from that standpoint, yeah, Luis Ortiz that's a really hard road to take in order to get a title shot. It is, man. But if he gets it, it's a knockout.
So
He can get
pretty
knocked
much.
out.
So I don't mean to
Right.
keep cutting you off, Callie. I swear I don't. But for
Right.
all you guys in the chat and for all you guys on the panel, pretty much what the WBC is stating right now is that if you want a shot as a mandatory at Deontay Wilder, you have got to go through Luis Ortiz. Damn.
Hey, this is almost like Ali and. Hey, remember how he used to have Ali the heavyweights back in the day had their Shavers. Ernie Shavers was the guy that you had to go through to get to the king. Well, maybe Luis Ortiz attended to the Ernie Shavers, man. He could, Luis Ortiz could turn it to that guy.
But another thing too, y'all, is that remember when Anthony Joshua, everybody, a lot of us was saying that, Dillian White's protecting, Anthony Joshua, from Deontay Wilder fighting him. Well, shit, the WBC threw one back at him and said, oh shit, you want to fight Deontay Wilder? Go through that motherfucker Luis Ortiz then.
Well, you know what this is? I'm going to tell you, Mauricio Suleiman, he's not going to lose out on that Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder payday.
Is that what this comes down to, y'all?
I guarantee you, everybody has. You could ask everybody that question. I get you. Everybody going to agree with me on this. That Mauricio Suleiman, look how he's doing with Canelo and Triple G. You think you don't want no piece of that pie? Come on.
Hey, Trax, how you feeling about it, dog?
My bad, man. I'm over here watching this
nigga, man. Yeah.
I know what y'all talking about, though. Listen, I don't know if Dillian White's scared or not. The motherfucker has been knocked the fuck out before, so he know what that's like. And when the fight got announced, where it got ordered or whatever, he didn't seem like he jumped for joy about the shit. The motherfucker seemed a little bit apprehensive. But I actually had a fight, like a pick'em fight. Before the Deontay Wilder fight, I probably would have heavily favored Ortiz. But after that, man, I just don't know how he's going to look after that devastating knockout. So for right now, I got it like a pick'em fight.
And so now, y'all, I mean, I really want to break this down, man. I know I'm going to switch subjects and I'm going, to the lighter guys, man. But I really want to touch y'all and everybody in the comments, man, and everybody in the chats and everybody at home listening or wherever you are, man. I really want to touch on this subject, man, because we got to get to the bottom of this because there's a lot of different narratives being spoken about Keith Thurman. For one, he's saying that he relinquished his belts. And for two, a lot of people in a lot of high places with a lot of say in boxing are saying that he's been stripped of his titles. So, Dr. Blick, have you heard anything out there in the UK about this?
Keith Thurman, he's not really that big over here, mainly purely for the fact that he hasn't really fought out here. Other than that, when it comes to him relinquishing his belts, if it is true that he got stripped, and he's saying that he relinquished them, is more so for him to save face and not to make himself look bad. But it's good. It's a good thing because you can't keep those belts held hostage. And 147 is such a competitive division that you gotta keep the belts rolling. Like if you're always injured, like David Hayes or something like that, you gotta relinquish it. He can come back, get himself motivated because he doesn't seem like he's hungry like he used to be. The way he's speaking about Errol Spence, the way he's speaking about boxing, talking about, I'm going to come back whenever, I'm going to take my time, but nothing's actually happening. Other than that, it doesn't seem like Keith Thurman's as hungry as he used to be. And if he's not as hungry as he used to be, the best option for him is to either take a break or come back or just to retire. Because there's no point having an unhungry Keith Thurman because he's going to get in the ring and lose to someone that he has no business of losing to. I'd like to see him come back hungry. That's what I want. I feel like relinquishing the belts could give him that hunger again. But
hey Corey, you got to ask Dr. Blick about Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor has a matchup with Victor Posto, bro. You got to ask him about that, man.
Whoa, what happened? Hold on, what happened? What'd you do? Who's Josh Kelly fighting?
Josh Taylor. He said he's fighting Victor Postal.
Josh Taylor's fighting Victor Postal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, they're going to be fighting.
Oh,
yeah, it's for the WBC. It's a WBC eliminator at 140.
Oh, wow.
Casual. You didn't know that shit, Corey?
Oh, wow. This is another banger.
That's a good fact. I like Josh Taylor. He's a really talented boxer, and I would like to see him progress. Like, I like to see him win this fight, but it's still going to be kind of tough for him, and it's going to be his first big test and big step up. And let's see if he can actually get a WBC belt. But I want to see him. I would like to see him do. I think he's a really good fighter.
Well, I feel like he catching Postal at a good time because Postal only had like one fight in the last 2.5 years.
Well, he did? Okay. Then he's probably. I favor him to win now, because you know how them boxers that have one fight in the last 2 years, what happens? And they usually come back and get their ass knocked out.
Yeah, his last fight was like in September of 2015. Well, not his last fight, but the fight with Matisse was in September of 2015, and he done had one fight since then. It was like last November or something like that.
So y'all, instead of we will get to that in a minute, y'all, with the Josh Kelly and the Victor Postal. But what I want to, the Josh Taylor and the Victor Postal, man.
Hey, let me say this though. You know, with Prograis taking his time and not fighting Jose Ramirez right away, it's a possibility that Prograis, it could end up being Prograis versus Taylor at some point, man, for an eliminator. I'm just saying, man, it's a possibility. Put that out there.
So yeah, Black Promotions. How you feeling about the Keith Thurman and him relinquishing his belts, man? How you feeling about that, dude?
I mean, that was the right thing to do. Hey, what's up with the WBA strap though? Did he relinquish that too, or is he still holding on to that?
Cali, did he relinquish that? I mean, my personal opinion is he still has a WBA from the super WBA strap.
There's a rumor that he's in danger of getting stripped of it. There was a rumor that he had got stripped, but there's a rumor that he's in danger of actually getting stripped of it for real. So I think he's trying to do what he can to sew that up.
Let's all be honest now about the WBA. The WBA is the same organization that said if Rigondeaux does not beat Lomachenko, he will be stripped of his titles.
But think about it. Oscar De La Hoya has an opportunity to get that belt, man. You think about Oscar De La Hoya.
Welcome back.
Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya has a chance to get that belt. So or top rank. So I'm pretty sure they're speaking to the WBA as we speak.
So Dr. Blick, Ray, you're back, man. How's your connection doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. You're back, man. I think you're back now, man. So what we're talking about right now is how do you feel about Keith Thurman and recent news being stripped, not being relinquished, being stripped of his titles?
Man, it's a wonderful thing, man. He's been holding for those belts for like over a year and not fighting. It's a wonderful thing. You mean one-time Thurman? I mean, I watched his last two fights. Was good fights. Him, Sean Porter, and him, Danny Garcia, was good fight. And after that, he just lost his touch. I guess when you get married, you start getting lazy, becoming like a housewife. That's my opinion. I'm going to stick it to it.
Yo, so Cali, how you feeling about the situation, dog?
You know how I feel, man. I've done some of the Earl Spence videos, man. I've been happy as hell. Unfortunately, though, it's not necessarily a good thing because Danny Garcia and Sean Porter and Keith Thurman could be playing, like Angel and Santos were saying, that it could be like pass it around. They could just pass the belt around for a time. You know what I mean? I can see Earl Spence Jr. being, being kept out, being left out, being boxed out of the whole situation. I actually see that happening because they're doing it now. As you can see that Danny Garcia is talking about he needs $5 million or more in order to fight Earl Spence. Sean Porter's pretty much Kenny Porter's alluded to the same thing for Sean Porter fighting. So you know they're gonna ask for a lot of money in order to get in the ring with Earl Spence Jr. Man, and like you guys have a chance to unify, but they don't care about that. It's all about the money, and there's some fear in it because they know it's a big risk, especially Sean Porter. Sean Porter get his ass whooped. He will get beat up to the body, and all that little MMA wrestling shit that he does that I cannot stand in the boxing ring. I want him in the ring so I can see him get fucked up because I can't stand watching Sean Porter. I like Sean Porter as a person, but his style is brutal, man.
So let me shout out Erwin in the chat. He says
let me get my take before you change the subject, bro.
Oh, all right, you done? All right, so Thurman, he says Thurman a Buddhist monk now. Then his Alteza says should be stripped, all fees Porter paid to be mandatory. Casey Robinson says Thurman should vacate or be stripped. If he does, I see Mikey Garcia sneaking in to fight for a vacant title in hopes to become a 5-division world champion. Mikey Garcia. Wow.
You know, but he'd have to face Pacquiao or Matisse, because if they decide to strip that belt, the fight, the Pacquiao Matisse fight is going to be for the Superman. You got to remember that right now, because Matisse is the regular WBA champion right now.
So yeah, this is another thing too, y'all. This is a great point. Okay, go ahead, Trex.
Yeah. Another thing, the homie Marlo Stansfield had made a good point, because he was saying that he think that Keith Thurman is probably cool with losing his belts one way or another, because he plans on fighting Sean Porter and Danny Garcia again anyway. And if they cool, they probably gonna be cool with fighting him again over Spence. So we would probably still get those same fights. It would just be a different person coming in with the belt. All right, I'm done, bro.
What we're saying is now, and everybody that's watching, at home, and I appreciate everybody that's watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, man. So right now, I mean, my personal opinion is, how are y'all gonna break down the Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia, man? Angel Garcia actually said in a recent video that they put out, he said Danny Garcia pretty much still deserved to have the WBC belt. It shouldn't have went anywhere. Mute your mic, Ray. We can still hear you. But pretty much that the WBC shouldn't have went anywhere, and that it should stay here with them. And he pretty much said, Sean Porter, be careful what you ask for. See you at the end of the summer. Wow. Black Horseman, let it rip, dog.
Yeah, first thing I want to say is cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Second thing I want to say is I think we talked about that before already, man. I think I'm still favoring Garcia in that fight, but Angel acting like he won a lot of money for that fight to take place, because he did say something like, the business got to be right, and all of that, But like I said, I just want to see it. I'm really kind of tired of Porter's style, that rugged headbutt and wrestling match type of style. But at the end of the day, fight his Crazy Angel style, Crazy Angel. I think Danny Garcia is a good guy, man. I think that he got a style, that counterpunching style to beat Porter. You know what I mean? So like, I just hope it get done soon. Hopefully this year. You know what I mean? Because the welterweight division, definitely needs to get rolling. So I'm glad that that WBC belt has been vacated, and I just want to make sure that they get these fights in, and then I want to see what they do from there.
So yeah, pretty much before you go on Dr. Blick, he says Alteza is in the chat, and Casey Robinson says in the chat, Danny could catch Porter. Danny is a hard counter puncher. That's pretty much what you were saying, Callie. And then Alteza says Porter paying $250,000 in sanctioning fees. Hold on, one of y'all gotta mute your mic. It's really loud. One of y'all gotta mute y'all's mic. Mute the mic. But Alteza says Porter paying $250,000 in sanctioning fees. Then they put someone else as mandatory. Glad they took on the belt from sometime Sturman. All right, go ahead. Boxing Blick. Go ahead,
Blick?
man. Dr. Blick, go ahead. Let it rip, dude.
Like, when it comes down to the whole style, I do see what you mean, the whole headbutting and all that stuff. I'm not really a big fan of it, but that is his style. He's got to do what works for him, and I feel like Danny Garcia could counter it, but I still feel like Sean Porter still has a chance because he did have a close match against Keith Thurman, so it can go either way in my opinion. But I do feel like it's gonna go back to Danny Garcia. But my only issue with Danny Garcia is, will he be willing to fight Errol Spence? That's my only issue. I don't think he'll be willing to fight Errol Spence like that. No one wants to fight Errol Spence. So whoever gets the belt, I don't think none of them will be keen to go to Errol Spence.
Hey, you hear what I remember Kenny Porter said, everyone was talking about, one was fight Errol Spence, but it's about the money. You know what I'm saying? We need to see that money up front. We need to have that money guaranteed. You guys remember that interview?
But see,
Kenny Porter, that's how he's talking about how much money you need.
But look, this is what I'm asking you, Black Horseman, and everybody on the panel, man. Shout out to everybody that's on the panel. What I'm asking y'all is, who do y'all have winning this fight, man? This is gonna be a major fight that's gonna go down for the WBC strap, not the interim belt.
I feel like Danny Garcia is gonna win. And if Danny Garcia wins, if Danny Garcia beats Sean Porter.
So hold on, but Dr. Blick, hold on, I don't mean to cut you off. But do you think that Sean Porter and Kell Brook, who do you think won that fight? You being from UK, do you think Kell Brook really won that fight?
I feel like it was a close fight. I feel like it was one of those fights that could have gone either way. But I can't really have any complaints with the decision. It's like I feel like it could have gone either way.
Because because the reason why I said it is because you know that Sean Porter and Kenny Porter are very, very much so still butthurt about the Kell Brook decision and about the IBF. That's why they said that they're not going to fight Errol Spence. That's one of the reasons why. Go ahead, Dr. Blick. How you feeling, man?
I feel like if he wins that belt and he doesn't fight Errol Spence, he should fight Terrence Crawford if Terrence Crawford beats Jeff One. Because that would be a good fight. I would like to see Terrence Crawford versus. I more so want to see him versus Danny Garcia.
Look, Dr. Blick, we're gonna come right back to you. I'm just trying to do a round robin.
Hold on. Corey, though, you know what we haven't done? Before everybody get out of here, we gotta get a prediction to Saturday's fights, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Look at Jarrell Big Baby Miller.
I was gonna get into that after I do this round robin on this Sean Porter and Keith and Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. So Black Horseman, you got Danny, and Dr. Blick, you got Danny as well. All right, so Ray, who do you got winning that fight, man? And how you feeling about the fight?
Man, I got Sean Porter winning that fight. He's too aggressive at his The only way Sean Porter will lose against Danny Garcia is if he falls into one of those left hooks. I promise you, Danny. I like Danny. Don't get me wrong, but Danny ducked the fight the first time to fight Brandon Reyes. If everybody remember that, he was supposed to fight the first time, but he ducked that fight. So now, if he had no choice but to fight, I just feel like Sean Porter, nasty, grind, wrestling style fighting is gonna mess with Danny. I just believe so. He just gonna get him out of his game. So I got Sean Porter. I got Sean Porter 7-round knockout. I see him knocking him out in the 8th round.
Oh, so go ahead. So Callie, how you feeling, man? Let the fans know. Let everybody know.
You know I got Danny Garcia by KO. You know I got Sean Porter dipping his head, not being able to see what's coming, and getting caught with a no look left hook, or overhand right, or straight right.
So look,
it's all she wrote.
So look, Callie, Ray. I mean, how you feeling about that? I mean, Callie's pretty much saying that's gonna be a knockout. Sean Porter's gonna get knocked out, Ray. I mean, you're saying Sean Porter's gonna win. I mean, Callie's pretty much breaking it down for you, Ray. How you feeling about that, man? You still there, Ray? You still there? Ray done went away, man. Go ahead, Callie. Oh, man. Go ahead, Callie. You still there? Anybody there?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm still here, man. Yeah, I just think that Danny Garcia. I think Danny Garcia is far more skilled than Sean Porter. At least He's more technically sound than Sean Porter is, man. And I just see that his timing, man. His timing is that's what we don't talk about. But Danny Garcia's timing is outrageous, man. He gonna time that dude, man. He gonna eventually adjust. It's gonna be rough at first, but he gonna adjust and he gonna start timing dudes coming in, and that's when he gonna start hurting him. And eventually he's gonna catch with something brutal, and the fight gonna be over. I'm telling you. I'm not saying it's gonna be a one-punch knockout, but it's gonna be a punch. It'll definitely be something that's gonna hurt him, and Danny gonna finish him.
Yeah, so Trey X, last but not least, how you feeling about the Sean Porter versus Danny Garcia showdown in the late summer of 2018, dude?
Oh, goddamn, as soon as I get some backup, he get cut out. You know what I'm saying? But you already know I'm riding with Showtime Sean Porter.
What?
I feel like he's too
what?
big. I feel like he's too big, too powerful. Danny Garcia coming up from 140. This dude might eventually fight at 154, possibly 160 one day, even though he is kind of short. But he did fight at 160 in the amateurs. I feel like he got the better stamina. I feel like
Sean Porter gonna get his ass with that 154, man.
I'm saying he might, but I'm talking about the size. I'm not talking about what he is. But look, I feel like he too strong for Danny Garcia. I feel like he too big, he too aggressive, he too powerful. And like I said, I feel like Danny Garcia slows down in fights.
God,
like when he fought Lamont Peterson and when he fought Mauricio Herrera, he slowed down in the second half of the fight. He can't do that against Sean Porter. Sean Porter fights hard for all 12 rounds. So I feel like Sean Porter is going to be the favorite going into the fight too. It's going to probably be like a minus 130 and a pick 'em. That's real close. I think it's a close fight, but I think Sean Porter going to win it.
If it go to the decision, they gonna give it to Danny.
Yo, I gotta say one thing real quick though. Like Danny Garcia gotta stop Sean Porter from smothering him, because if you don't smother him, he's not gonna be able to counter him because he's gonna be too close. And that's what Sean Porter does a lot. He gets in people's faces, especially with the way he ducks his head. And like,
but Dr. Blake, my personal opinion is I think Danny Garcia is very swift and he's good with his lateral movement and his head movement, and he has a really good chin. And my personal opinion is I think that he's really good at distance, man.
No, I'm just saying
them body blows, Ray.
Them body blows that Sean Porter was throwing. He almost had Keith Thurman bent like a deck.
You think so? You think so?
Man, Thurman broke out running in that fight, bro. He did. I just rewatched the fight the other day, bro. The motherfucker broke out running in the fight when he caught a body shot.
Hey, Trey, I had Sean Porter beating Keith Thurman, man. I'm still sticking. And I wasn't the only one either.
Yeah, that's what I'm tripping on.
Kelly was doing good until that moment right there.
But I'm saying, would y'all agree that this is a close fight?
It's a close fight, man.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think Danny Garcia is gonna knock out Sean Porter. I feel like
it's a close fight.
Yeah, it's a close fight.
I'm asking Callie. Callie, do you think it's a close fight?
No, he said that Danny was gonna knock his ass out, dude.
Yeah, I got an 8th to 10th round stoppage.
Are you even listening?
So you would have Danny Garcia like a 3 to 4 to 1 favorite.
Hey, Dr. Blake, I got a
because this is why, like I said, I explained to you, Sean Porter puts his head down, man, and those are the times he can't see, man. He doesn't see what's going on. He dips his head, and his eyes are facing the canvas, and that's the time I'm telling you that Danny gonna time him.
Yeah,
he might stop Porter, man. He got more power than Bro.
But Danny gonna be running with all that. Moving. Sean Paul's gonna
Ray,
Ray,
you got DJ Ray.
Ray, you're back to the bullshit again, dog. The phone.
I'm here.
The phone is back to the old ways, dog.
See that again, man? He's selling
DJ Ray scratching all over the place.
Yo, we're gonna get back.
My phone been busy all day,
Ray,
man. I've been doing videos all day, man.
Ray, no, Ray, stop. Ray, I'm telling you, we're gonna get back to you in a minute, though, Ray. But it's not a good look right now. All right, none of us can hear you. But look, so Callie, what I'm trying to say to you is right now is, with the whole situation going down, with the fights this weekend, man. So yeah, you know, I want to get into the fights this weekend. What's one of the first cards on the HBO card this weekend? Hey, mute your mic,
Well, you know,
Ray.
one thing, well, you got to go with Miller because Duhopper's been brutalized, man. So it's like, I just, how much do Duhopper's really got left? You know, the Duhopper before he been brutal, you know, I mean, been through a beating. I mean, I know that Eddie Hearn's trying to say this is credible to get a Joshua fight, but it's not like Duhopper. Duhopper has been brutally knocked out, man, multiple times. I mean, who thinks that Duhopper is credible at this point? I'm serious, man. I mean, how many times?
No, I was gonna say real quick, Duhopper is credible for Jarrell to get a fight with Anthony Joshua, but Wilder isn't. Let's just let that sink in. No, but continue.
No, I know, and that's what's funny right there because everybody remembers when Duhopper went to Russia, right, and fight with sneakers on, man. And I remember I do remember Eagle bringing it up too, but I never noticed that he had sneakers on until Eagle had brought that up, and I said, oh well, he has Asics on. He fought in sneakers on 1 day notice. He had 24 hours. He had 24 hours, and he had to fly. He had to train on the plane.
He fought.
I remember some shit about that.
He fought Alexander Povetkin, a 7-time cheat, when he got caught cheating, and he still fought him. Respect to Duhopper's, man. My personal
and Asics tennis shoes, bro. And Asics tennis shoes.
He's a savage for that, man.
It's a conies, my nigga.
People don't want to fight Povetkin when he's clean, let alone like on drugs, bro.
Some basketball
I give him
kids.
credit. He's tough. He's a tough guy. He's a tough guy.
Yeah. So look. So I mean, I'm gonna go down the line, man. Who do you got winning versus Jarrell Miller versus Duhopper's Black Horseman? Let it rip first, dog. Break down the fight and who you got winning, dog, and why.
I'm gonna be honest. The guy, what you just call him, Duhop, whatever he is. I don't know. I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna pick. You know,
he fought Wilder, didn't he, Callie? Duhopper's fought Wilder, I believe.
Yeah, he did. He gave Wilder his first black eye.
That black eye. Yo, if y'all notice, every time
Wilder his eye was all swollen up.
Yeah, that eye still gets re-swollen a lot in his fights. If y'all look at his fights, that eye puffs up first. That same eye. Go ahead, though, Black Horseman. That's the guy he's fighting, though. He's fighting the guy that fought Deontay Wilder. Go ahead. I'm trying to help you out a little bit. Go ahead.
Like I said, I don't know too much, but hey, what's his height though?
He's a big dude. He's about at least 6'5".
He's 6'5".
Well, I've seen Big Baby Miller, you know what I'm saying, the way he did Gerald Washington, you know what I'm saying, he knows how to deal with, you know, somebody with height. So if that guy is not more skillful than Gerald Washington, I got to pick him, Big Baby Miller.
So, but you're just picking him off of what you've seen on Big Baby. You're not picking him off.
Right. I don't know nothing about the dude. So yeah, you should have just skipped me on him.
Okay, so Ray, we're gonna let you go again, man. Hopefully your phone's back and you're good. Let it rip, Ray.
Yeah, I'm good. I know a little bit about Duhop because of Deontay Wilder and
yeah.
Oh, come on, you guys can't hear me.
It's still breaking up.
Come on,
oh, you good there? Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Listen, I'm going for him because for two reasons. He's a tough fighter. He's not gonna give up just like that. He's gonna bang to the end. And plus, I don't get along with Miller. He's from my hometown state. He's from Brooklyn. We don't get along with him. I'm from the Bronx. That's my personal belief. Besides, Miller's a good inside fighter, but anything outside that, DuPont's a good, jab puncher. He leans in. I feel like he's going to take it to the 12th round to decision. I don't think Miller can knock him out, in my opinion. I don't think so.
Oh, all right. So you got Duhopper winning? Wow.
Duhopper after all those beatings? I mean, it's okay.
Yeah.
This the same dude that wore the Asics or whatever you said?
Yeah. Yes, that's him.
Yeah, he got knocked out with Asics tennis shoes on, bro, by a left hook, but from Povetkin. Povetkin that was on 4,000 steroids at that time too.
Exactly. My point is that he's on steroids. He's on 7 steroids. If he was in Russia, he's on 10. That's the Rocky. That's the guy who played Rocky, man. That's the Russian dude that was going against Rocky. Come on, man.
Ivan Drago.
Exactly.
Hey, go ahead, Callie. How you feeling about that, dog? You feeling? Break it down. Who you got?
Jarrell Miller, man. If Jarrell Miller loses to this Duhopper, then then we know he's not nothing. He's not even the gatekeeper because Duhopper is prime for a loss. I mean, to me, Jarrell Miller should be able to stop Duhopper. I mean, Duhopper is coming off of, multiple brutal knockouts, man. I mean, brutal knockouts, beatings, wars. Yes, Duhopper has power, so we know he does have power. We also know Miller has a solid chin, but is Duhopper capable of hurting Miller? I think so. Will Duhopper be able to hurt Miller at this point? I don't think so, man. I think Duhopper is definitely going to be proven to be a sharp fighter, man. That's my opinion.
Okay, so Trey X, let it rip, dog.
He's gonna catch him a couple times. He's gonna catch him a couple times.
Well, when I saw them do their little face off the other day, I barely even recognized the Hoppers, man. From when he fought Wilder, he looked like.
Why didn't you recognize him?
Because his face looked so fat and stuff, and it's just the dimensions.
Fat.
The dimensions of his body and his face didn't look the same. He 37 years old.
The dimensions of his face.
Yeah, the motherfucker looked fat in the face and shit, man. Like he fought Wilder back in 2015. He don't look like the same. He done been fairly active since then.
Hey, Callie,
let me finish my tape.
Hey, Callie, the dimensions of his face have changed.
Yeah, everybody ain't stupid like that.
His face has been beaten in so many times. It probably has.
Fucking Floyd Mayweather classes over there. It's your hooked on phonics ass. Let me finish.
Hey, this shit classic right here, bro.
Go ahead, Trey.
But look, he just didn't look like the same fighter. He's 37 years old now. Now look, he done been fairly active since then. But besides Alexander Povetkin, he's been against soft competition. You know what I'm saying? Big Baby Miller is smack dab in his prime right now. He's 29 years old. I think he's gonna be too much for him at this stage of his career, so I'm gonna have to take Big Baby Miller.
All right, man. So my personal opinion is, I got Jarrell Miller, man, because Duhopper hasn't showed me anything, man. I think he's on a losing streak right now. And yeah, man, I think Jarrell Miller's, and plus this is a must win for Jarrell Miller, man. If Jarrell Miller doesn't win this fight, he'll never get the Anthony Joshua fight he's so wants for. He really, really wants a fucking Anthony Joshua fight, something bad. Now, if a Louis was still in the chat, that's a guy that, you might want to say, why does he deserve an Anthony Joshua fight? Not Deontay Wilder, dude. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like Miller that don't deserve a Deontay Wilder fight, but that fans want to see that fight for some reason. My personal opinion is I don't think.
Corey, and Jarrell Miller's, he's been fighting a bunch of Deontay Wilder's leftovers, and getting credit for it when Wilder was the one that took some of these dudes. That's what's frustrating about all this.
And if he get beat from a nigga who has Saucony's nigga, he gonna get kicked out of heavyweight division, flat out.
So yeah, so Jarrell Miller, so he's facing Duhopper's this Saturday night, everyone. I would love to see, what you guys think in the comment section about this. I guess from what I'm reading on BoxRec, Duhopper is on a 3-fight winning streak, y'all. Wow. He's on a 3-fight winning streak, y'all. So he's going in there with a little bit of momentum. His last fight, he fought a guy named Ota. And his record was 15-1, and that was for the vacant WBA international heavyweight title. So I guess Duhopper is ranked in the WBA. That's good for Jarrell Miller. Maybe he'll be able to scoop that belt out. And other than that, he hasn't really fought anybody of notable names. His last big fight was against Alexander Povetkin. He lost that fight with a
brutal left hook knockout.
A 6-round knockout. But y'all, I do have to say one thing on Duhopper's record, and that should be of note right now, y'all. He did fight Robert Helenius, and he actually was the first guy to beat Robert Helenius, man. And and that was for the WBC silver title, y'all. And at the time, Duhopper had you know, Robert Helenius had a couple names on his record. You know, he had a couple guys that he had faced, like, you know, Robert Helenius had beat a guy named, you know, Love a Chick. I think that's the guy that Mike Perez fought. He beat. This is the record. Let me break this down for y'all real quick. Robert Helenius, he got beat and stopped by Duhaupas, and Robert Helenius beat old Samuel Peters. He beat Gregory Tony. He beat mute your mic, Callie, mute your mic.
Okay.
And then he beat you know, he beat a Derek Chisora. You know, this guy Robert Helenius beat Derek Chisora, y'all. And pretty much what I'm trying to tell y'all is you know, Duhaupas KO'd Helenius. So I mean, if that goes to say anything, you know what I'm saying?
Santos said Duhop is gonna beat Big Baby Miller ass.
That's what I'm saying, man. I'm not putting that out of the realm of things. I do have Jarrell Miller winning this fight, but when you go down the list of things, he did put up a pretty good fight with Deontay Wilder. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, he was there to be hit. He
don't look like the same guy though, Corey.
Right, different Deontay Wilder.
Both of them look different.
Hey, but Corey, you also got to talk about when you fight a guy too. You know what I mean? Matters. And he's catching Duhaupas, in my opinion, at the right time as a guy who's been through multiple wars and beatings.
Please like and subscribe, y'all. But my personal opinion is I think that Duhaupas might have a fighting chance with this, man. This is the heavyweight division. All it takes is one fucking punch, and Duhaupas has displayed a little bit of power, you know, stopping Helenius, a guy that beat Derek Chisora. You know, it had notable names on his record, and he gave Helenius his first you know, loss. I think that Duhaupas, you know, he's on a 3-fight winning streak, you know, and I mean, I'm not really trying to plead his case. I'm just stating the facts, you know. He's on a 3-fight winning streak. That does a lot for a guy that's his psyche. He's on a, you know, he's an active fighter, and like I said, the guy, you know, no homo has balls. You know, he will get in there with a guy that's a 7-time cheat. You know what I'm saying? So, and he got in there with Deontay Wilder as well. So I mean, for a guy to fight Jarrell Miller's got to bring his A game. Do you guys concur?
Hey Corey, I would feel better about this fight if it was like 2 years ago, man. For real, for Duhaupas. I'd actually favor Duhaupas if it was 2 years.
I don't know, man.
Like 2016, 2015. I would favor Duhaupas if it was 2016,
but
2015.
Look, this is what actual
2018, I don't.
Shout out Angel Santos. He says Duhaupas' camp was solid. He says I got the hookup though. He says Alteza says how 30 give you unlimited data. I don't know what the fuck they talking about on here. Then Alex Santos says Chisora. He says Chisora is a bum that knocked down Dillian White. I mean, look,
man, he talking about the camp was good. He looked like he barely even had a camp. I couldn't even tell.
Come on, man. What?
Weekend. I'm serious. I had to look again. Like, damn, the fight this weekend.
Oh my god, yo!
He ain't even been working out yet.
Hey, smash that like button in the chat, y'all. Smash the hell out of that like button. But you know, my personal opinion about the showdown, y'all, is I think this is gonna be a good showdown. I think it will go 12 rounds. I don't think Jarrell Miller will be able to knock this guy out. He is a durable fighter. And like I said, man, this is a good test for Jarrell Miller, in my personal opinion. I think that this is far most the best fight that Jarrell Miller has ever faced so far. This is Jarrell Miller's best fight so far, y'all. Wow. Do you guys agree? Callie, what's up? You agree?
Yeah,
I think this is his best fight.
The guy,
I personally think this is his best fight that Jarrell Miller's fought.
Yeah, here's my thing. I wish that Dillian White and Jarrell Miller were facing each other. I think that would be a better match, in my opinion. I think that's a close fight. That's what the fight should have been happening. I'm serious, though, man. But, you know, Dillian White didn't want to face him, man. You know what I'm saying?
Dillian White didn't want to face who?
Jarrell Miller. Remember, he blocked him. He blocked him on Twitter and Instagram.
What?
That means he don't want to fight? What the hell? I'm going to block this man. Just let him know I want to fight.
Yo, Cali, you going too hard now, dog. Chill. Just because you block a guy
Cali,
on
hilarious,
Twitter.
bro. He said he blocked that man on Twitter. He don't want no smoke.
Yo, Cali, chill, dog. Chill, man. My personal opinion is, man, I think that the fight, let me see what you guys are saying in the chats. This is a pretty good subject. Casey Robinson says, he's pretty much, Angel Santos says, Duhaupas don't got good genetics, but he had a good camp. I guess that's to you, Trey X. Yeah. And then Casey Robinson says, talking about being in wars, Orlando Salido has been in some of the most brutal fights in the last 10 years. He's had more fight of the year and fight of the year candidates than any other fighter. I don't know what that has to do with us, but I mean, on the topic we're talking about, but great job, Casey.
No, I think he was talking about, because I said that Duhaupas has been in some wars, and that's what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Duhaupas, I think Duhaupas, a lot of miles have been taken off Duhaupas, is what I've been trying to say.
But hey, so correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Duhaupas got the height advantage, reach,
he got the
weight,
size
and all that.
No, he doesn't have. I don't think he. Do y'all think he weighs more than
he don't weigh more than Big Baby.
I mean,
Hell no. Big Baby Miller said he's gonna weigh 305 pounds, man, coming into this fight. He said he's gonna be over 300 pounds. Yep.
Oh my!
That's not a good sign, because when I saw him against Gerald Washington, he was like.
He said Big Baby Miller said he's better. He said he's better at over 300 pounds. He said he's more stamina. He said he's stronger. Better. That's what he said. That's what he said. I'm telling you what he said.
That's an excuse.
That's what Big Baby Miller said. He's gonna be better at over 300 pounds.
Yo, this dude is so funny, dog. Like, how can you be better weighing more?
Yeah, that shit crazy. That sounds like he ain't work as hard or something to me.
Yeah, so look, Trey X, since you want to talk about Duhaupas' camp, what about fucking Jarrell Miller's camp, dude? You want to elaborate on that?
I didn't know that. So he brought up a good point. If the motherfucker ain't working hard, I mean, it is what it is. I just don't see how, if he weighed 299 against Gerald Washington, decent, I just don't see how him coming in weighing more is a good sign. It can't be a good sign.
He said he feels stronger and better. He said he feels stronger and he has more stamina being over 300 pounds. He said, man, people have this misnomer. They did not. He said, man, 300. He said he'll be 305, possibly 310 come fight night.
Kelly, where you at, man?
What, you guys lost confidence now? You guys lost confidence now because I said he's gonna be over 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
But no, listen, this
might be befuddled.
That shit got me thinking like a motherfucker over here when he said that shit.
But listen, that's what I was trying to tell them, Callie. Like, Duhaupas is not no fucking easy chance just to fucking knock out with one punch. You know what I'm saying? He took a lot of brutal He took a lot of brutal punishment from Deontay Wilder, and maybe that'll hinder him in this fight. If that's what you're pretty much trying to tell me, Trey X and Callie and Black Horseman, then I can concur with that. I can agree with that. But to say that this is not going to be a tough fight for Jarrell Miller, I'll be lying to myself, man. I think this will be a tough fight for Jarrell Miller. Because we're talking about Jarrell Miller. We're not talking about Dillian White. We're not talking about Luis Ortiz. We're not talking about, Anthony Joshua. We're talking about Big Baby Miller that has zero movement.
Hey, Corey, Corey, you lost faith too in that Big Baby Miller being over 300 pounds?
No, I already.
So Big Baby Miller coming up with 300 pounds, that'll help you?
No, I'm the one that was telling y'all that, Duhaupas has a chance in this fight, dog. I'm being honest.
Y'all know what the odds are?
What are the odds, dog? Please break this down.
The odds are minus 20. Well, I looked earlier, so they might have changed since then. But when I seen it, it was minus 2,500 for Big Baby Miller and plus 1,000 for the Hoppers. That means if you take Big Baby Miller, you got to spend 2,500 in order to win 100. And if you take
what the hell?
Yeah, because he's a big favorite. And if you take the Hoppers,
and hold on, and it's in his hometown too, Trex. That's probably a big reason too, right?
Wait, that might.
And I'm telling you, they taking into account the wars that Duhaupas have been through, man. I'm telling you. People look at him as the same fighter.
But dog, them are good. I will bet on that, dog. I would bet.
Yeah, the Hoppers, if you bet 100, you win 1,000. They got M10.
I would do
Oh
that. I
wow,
would do
hell
that.
yeah,
bro,
that shit.
that's but when you see odds like that, most of the time it's a showcase fight. I think this is a fight where they want Big Baby Miller to go out there and look good. Boost his profile a little bit.
This fight with Duhopper, y'all call me crazy if y'all want, dog. Duhopper has a really, really good shot on upsetting the apple card, dog.
Hey Corey, if you go back and look at what Eddie Hearn's been doing, because Eddie Hearn is the one that matched this fight. So if you've been looking lately, Eddie Hearn has done a damn good job of matchmaking. I'm just telling you, I would go with that.
Yeah, the matchmakers, when they make them fights, man, you got to pay attention to that shit and think about this. Shit,
he dropped the mic on us.
Yeah, I know.
But look at this here. We just had a fight with similar odds with Amir Khan, and look what happened in that fight. 39 seconds.
So yeah, I mean,
showcase fights do exist in boxing.
But that's what I'm trying to ask y'all. That's everybody in the chat, and everybody that's, listening, around the world. I want to know right now, do you guys think that Duhopper has a how good of a chance do you guys pretty much have Duhopper winning this fight? That's what I really want to know for you guys in the chat, man. Respond with me, man. Let me know what you guys are thinking, man. Does Duhopper have a chance, and who do you have winning this fight, man? Because
of his career, Duhopper does not have a chance.
Oh, welcome back, Callie.
At this stage of his career, I think Gerald Miller has a chance against Duhopper, bro.
But you gotta understand, man. What have we seen from Jarrell Miller that says that he obliterates Duhopper? What have we seen?
He in his prime, bro. Duhopper is past.
Oh my!
In boxing, one thing I see that holds true: out with the old, in with the new, bro.
Hey, what's their ages, bro?
Shit.
37 and 29.
Yeah. Jarrell Miller, man, the age gap is huge, man. I'm just trying to tell you, and Jarrell Miller has no miles on him, man.
Ortiz and shit.
No, and it's the gap. No, the gap is actually bigger when you take it for the fact that Jarrell Miller has no miles on him, man.
And I gotta say this, y'all. I gotta say this. Guess who? Fucking Duhopper be the current champion right now.
Oh man, your boy Char.
Yeah.
He said what?
He beat Emmanuel Char, and that's what he over there talking about. Like he done something major.
Yeah, who is Char? If anybody see Char as credible? Come on, man.
No, but
Char is food.
I know. I'm just saying, man. It was when I seen him on his resume, and he actually won that fight. But you see, that's another thing, man. That's how boxing is, man. The guy, fucking Manuel Char, is riding around in a fucking Lamborghini, fucking living it up. Living it up with the WBA regular strap. He's fucking riding around, and you lost to a guy like Duhopper, dog. You lost to this dude.
Hey, I gotta say this again. That's not a real belt, man. I know we keep bringing it up. The WBA regular, and I'm gonna say this: Danny Jacob was never a champion, even though he said he was a world champion. He was not. He was the WBA regular champion. That is not a real belt. The real belt is the WBA Super. Let's keep it 100 here.
Oh shit! So damn, Manuel Char. I just looked up on Manuel Char's on his box rec, man. He's facing Freza Kendo on September 29th for the WBA World Heavyweight title.
Freza Kendo sued the WBA, and that's why he hasn't fought in 4 years. He sued the WBA, and that's why he's ranked number 2 in the WBA rankings.
But look, from what I seen from Manuel Char and him losing to Duhopper and stuff like that, Freza Kendo might have a chance, dude. I'm being honest.
Freza Kendo ain't fought in 4 years, man.
I don't give a fuck.
4 years.
How's he ain't fought in 4 years and he ranked number 2?
He sued the WBA and won, so that's how he got that. That's how he got that ranking. But he hasn't fought in 4 years, and he's old. On top of that.
Hey, we're going to see what happens, though, man. But, so, yeah, moving on, y'all. So, what other fights are on the card? Is this a double header or is it a triple header?
Well, remember Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But is it a triple header or just a double header?
There's somebody else on the card. I forgot who else is on the card.
That's what I'm asking. I've been so lost. I've been so lost in that because Danny Jacobs talking crazy. He gonna have to beg for permission. Charlo gonna have to beg for permission to get in the ring. Let's keep it 100 though. Danny Jacobs gonna beat this dude.
He's much bigger than him. He's more athletic, and we know if you know the thing about my chick, he gonna
Yo,
be
what's
right there
up,
in
Ray?
front of him.
Welcome back, man. Okay, so yeah, so like we were saying, what other fights are on there, man? Can y'all let me know what other fights are going down today? On the I mean, what other fights are going down Saturday? Can y'all let
Erickson
me know?
Lubin fighting too.
Oh wow, on that card,
Oh
on that
wow, I
same
didn't
card.
know that.
Yeah, he fights Saturday. That's what they
Hey,
got on Bovada
who's he
do.
signed to?
I don't know all that, bro.
How's he fighting under that card? That's crazy. With Eddie Hearn in
Yeah,
there?
it is crazy, man. But listen, man, like I was saying, y'all, we're gonna get into the Danny Jacobs fight. I know it took us a while to get to this fight, man. We're finally here. We're finally ready to talk about this fight. Danny Jacobs versus
Hey, Corey,
Sulecki,
I
man.
got to get ready to get out of here, but I'm just gonna tell you that I got
Uh-huh.
Danny Jacobs by knockout, man, and then
All
he
right,
gonna block Charlo from getting in the ring. So
all
that's what I
right,
got to say. But I got to get out of here, man.
all right, man. All right, Callie. Peace out, dog. Thank
See
you.
you on Saturday, man. See you on
Yeah,
Saturday.
we're gonna be
All
here
right,
live
Callie.
Saturday, y'all. Live Saturday, Corley Boxing. We're gonna be doing a live show, and you can find us here, man. We're gonna be live, man. So yeah, man. I want to ask you guys, man, how do y'all see the Danny Jacobs versus Sulecki fight going down? And if you guys don't know who Sulecki is, he's the same guy that beat Centennial, the guy Jamel Charlo just knocked out last weekend. Go ahead, Black Horseman, and then
Well,
we'll
you
get
just
to the
go
rest of you.
same thing with when you asked me about Big Baby Miller facing the other dude. I don't really know much about him other than I already just expect Danny Jacobs to get the victory but I did see his interview this morning on Hot 97, and he did say that if he can't get the Triple G fight next, he is looking to face Jamal. But that's my only thoughts on that.
All right, go ahead, Ray. You still here, Ray? Ray, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
All
sorry
right,
for a little
let's.
earlier on my phone. You hear me now?
Oh man, dude, we just been trying to wait on you to have a good one the whole night, man. But yeah, we
You
can
hear
hear
me?
you better now, man. I'm
Yeah,
glad you got your technical difficulties back. You're back. You're ready to go, man. Break
yeah,
down the
ready to go.
Danny Jacobs versus Sulecki fight, man. Glad you're back.
Uh, all right.
Uh-oh, hold
Like,
on. Oh, shit.
can you hear me? Can you hear me,
Go ahead,
guys? Can you
see.
hear
Go
me?
ahead. Yeah, we
Go
hear you.
ahead. Let me see. We're gonna hold on. Go ahead.
Like I said, I got Danny Jacob winning in the 8th round by knockout. Basically, Danny Jacob was going to show this guy how a grown man hits. I don't really know too much about the other fighter besides the fight he had before. So
Mm-hmm.
he's a quick counter puncher. He's pretty okay. But I think Danny's just going to be more aggressive, just more hungry. Like he got something to prove, basically. Like, I'm still here. Don't think of my age. You understand?
But are you saying? Are you saying that right now because you're from New York?
Once again,
Are you being a little biased? I'm being honest.
like I said, Danny's from Brooklyn. Like I said, I tell you, I don't mess with Brooklyn dudes. But like I said, I like Danny's
Where
style.
you
I like.
from? Where you from? Where you from, dog?
I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. You should know
Okay,
how that.
so the Bronx. So that's where Suleiman's from, isn't he? Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
Suleiman.
that's where Suleiman's from. He's from the Bronx. Yo,
Yeah,
Suleiman said he
yeah,
gonna get us some nice little old little
Damn, y'all got
down
beef like that?
yeah.
Bronx and
No, they
Brooklyn
don't.
is
They don't mess with each other. Seriously.
yeah. It's real like that. But I have
Yeah,
to
I
go
heard
with.
about that.
East
I had
Coast
to go
got
with the
issues.
native. I had to go with Jacob in this one. I just had to go with Jacob in this one
Uh huh.
because his style. His style.
Okay.
I like the other cat, but like I said, he's not built for what he's about to get into. You understand? He got the styles. He just not built for what Jacob was gonna get to.
Okay. So Trey X, let us know, man. Let us know how you feeling about this, man. We really want to know.
Well, I gotta take uh goddamn Jacobs, man. I don't know a whole lot about Sulecki, but
Hey, mute that joint, Ray. Good looks, dog.
from
Go
what
ahead.
I'm seeing, it looked like Eddie Hearn is getting his fighter showcase fights right now to build their profiles and shit. You know what I'm saying? And to respond to Angel Santos, he said don't always go with them Vegas odds. Yeah, that's true. We done had some major upsets over the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, Buster Douglas and Tyson and shit. One of the best bets I ever made. Well, the best bet that I ever made in boxing was plus 1,400 with Aaron Martinez over Devin Alexander. So that's true. But I got to say that most of the time they do be right. You know what I'm saying? And in this fight in particular, they got Danny Jacobs at minus 1,600 and Sulecki at plus 800. So they don't have too much respect for Sulecki, the odds makers.
So if you put down, let me ask you this: if you put down $100 on Danny Jacobs, what will you get back?
Oh, I gotta put it in the calculator real quick. I'll give you the answer in a minute.
All right, so pretty much while you're calculating that, you got Sulecki winning. I mean, you got Danny Jacobs winning too.
Yeah.
All right, so
if you put down $100 on Danny Jacobs, you'll win $6.25.
What the fuck, Black Horseman? What the fuck?
Hey,
wait, say that again.
Yeah.
It's 16-1, bro. So if you
oh my
god, if you take Danny Jacobs, if you bet 100, you'll win $6.
Oh my god.
And if you take the other guy, Sulecki, if you bet 100, you'll win 800. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yo, this is crazy, though. I couldn't believe that, man, when I heard that. But yeah, my personal opinion about the whole situation is I think Danny Jacobs is a real seasoned fighter. I think this is his time. I do think Sulecki will bring his A game. He does have that Eastern European type of style. I did see him put Centennial on his back, and to be honest with you, I think you were the one that told me that, Trey X. Didn't he have some type of knockout streak going on?
Yeah, what's his power like?
No, it wasn't me. Not talking about Sulecki. I don't know a lot about him.
So I think it was Callie that told me that, man. I'm looking him up right now for you, Black Horseman, but I'm pretty sure he's 25-10. 10 being 10 KOs. And he has zero losses. So he's 25-0. He's 25-0 with 10 knockouts, y'all. And right now, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that the guys are pretty good. No, he's 26-0. I'm sorry about that. He's 26-0 with 10 knockouts. He has a KO percentage of 38%. He's been 155 rounds in the in boxing total, and he's VADA approved. So he is in the VADA clean drugging program, and he's the number 4 ranked fighter in the world in the middleweight division. The middleweight division. He is ranked on BoxRec, ladies and gentlemen. He is ranked a 5-star boxer. I mean, you don't see that out of a lot of people. I think they had Broner last time I checked as a 4-star, and they had Jesse Vargas as a 4-star. So they're rating Sulecki a 5-star fighter. I mean, that
Shout
says
out
a lot.
to Santos in the chat. He said he's on a 7 KO streak right now.
He's on a 7. I was ready to get to that. Appreciate that, Alex Santos. He was on a 7-fight KO streak. So he fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So previous to fighting Jack Coldclay, he got a unanimous decision in that fight. He did win that fight. Remember, the guy Jack Coldclay is the same guy that fought Andre. Remember, Andre fought him for the title, and Andre actually beat him. Yup, I'm looking it up on BoxRec. He fought Andre for the WBA World Super Welterweight title. So he pretty much fought him at 154.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We got to consider the fact that he really a 154
pounder. Yup, he sure is.
Oh, okay.
So yup. So this has a lot to do with weight divisions. He is getting a break on the weight right now. The weight does favor Danny Jacobs. And let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest. Everybody at home and everybody watching right now. Danny Jacobs is a bully. He's a power. He's got power. He's a boxer, but he's a weight bully. In the same right that he does come in heavy. Like, he doesn't come in like Golovkin might come in. He might weigh in at the weigh-ins 159. 0.3. Danny Jacobs, every time he weighs in at 159.9 or right at 160. And the difference is what I'm trying to tell y'all is Golovkin will weigh in at 159.3, so he has that leeway. Danny Jacobs never has that leeway. He's too big, and Golovkin will rehydrate to 171, as opposed to Danny Jacobs will rehydrate to sometimes in the 180s.
I don't know that, bro.
I'm telling you, these are facts that I've already researched. I'm not lying to you.
I know he was in the 80s though, bro.
Yes, he has fought in the 180s. That's why when he fought let me finish. When he has fought in Gennady Golovkin, he did not make the weight for the IBF strap. He said no. Remember, he said no because they did a second day weigh-in. Don't ever trust my judgment. I know my shit, nigga.
But I'm saying, was he officially weighed in though?
I officially know. Do your research,
I heard people
dog.
guessing, but I ain't heard nobody say he stepped on the scale though. He stepped on the scale and was 180.
Yeah, dog. I told you, man. Yes.
Hey, for that Arias fight, he didn't even want to disclose his weight on the night of the fight.
He doesn't disclose it pretty much ever.
He's not disclosing it, so everybody guessing, right?
No, you keep saying people guessing. No, he did weigh in one time, and he was about 178, 180. You got to go back into the checks. I'm not exactly sure what fight it is, dog, but he's been in middleweight for a while now. Danny Jacobs is not new to this. He's true to this. Come on, man.
Hey,
I'm being honest with you, dog.
I will say this about Sulecki. The motherfucker's 6'1". Well, that's what they got him at on BoxRec. So I guess.
But he's a 154 pounder though, Trey.
Yeah,
he's a 154
I'm just saying,
pounder.
I'm just putting facts out there, bro. I'm not picking a side. I'm just putting the facts out there. This motherfucker crazy, man.
Hey, his KO percentage is kind of low.
Timmy Diamond says, weight bully. Now you're sounding like casual boxing talks, whole ass. Yo, I don't know about casual boxing talk, but pretty much what I'm saying about weight bully, what I'm saying about weight bullying, man, is I'm just saying that he's gonna be weighing way more than Sulecki. That's all I'm trying to say, dog. Maybe I use that weight bullying analogy. You know what I'm saying? You could take it how you may. But I just think he's going to be way bigger than Sulecki, man. What do you guys think? Do you guys think weight will play a factor into this? My personal opinion, Corey Lee Boxing, I think it will be. I think weight will play a factor in this fight, man.
Hey, send my boy Ty Legacy a link, man.
Ty Legacy, what's good, dog? Oh, now you want a link, dog.
Hey, you mentioned that he's what VADA approved or whatever you said.
He's VADA testing program. Yep, he is approved. Yep.
So what determines that? Is it like volunteer? Like somebody can voluntarily, enroll for that or what?
Well, what it is it depends on what sanctioning bodies you're under, because certain sanctioning bodies, they don't pretty much what I'm trying to say is, they don't adhere to some of the tests. Like, I know sometimes that the WBO, it's wishy-washy sometimes with their testing. The only testing body that I really trust and that I really, will get behind is the WBC. And I know that they have a outing about Canelo, but Canelo's been suspended, just for eating beef. If it was just beef, Canelo was suspended, man. And, the WBC did, pretty much ride his, but my personal opinion about the WBC is I think that they're a really good sanctioning body, man. I think they're a really good, organization. What do you guys think?
Is Danny enrolled?
Hey, Ray, you still there? Yeah, Danny's enrolled too, I believe. Let me check. You still there, Ray?
Yeah.
All right, man. We still hear you sometimes. All right, you good, man.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, you still? All right, man. All right. But yeah, let me see if Danny Jacobs is enrolled in the clean boxing program. Right now, Danny Jacobs is enrolled in VADA. He is enrolled.
Oh, okay, cool.
I see Angel Santos say yes. Danny rehydrated to 182 for for Triple G. I thought
so now that's what I'm saying. So Treyas, can I get an apology?
No, listen. I thought they could only gain like
no,
10.
Treyas, I'm asking you. Can I get an apology?
Hold on, look, I'm trying to get an understanding.
Now you want to understand it. I told you, simple ass.
Listen, I thought they could only rehydrate 10 pounds. And Danny Jacobs, like he relinquished his right to fight for the belt because he didn't want to weigh in again. And since he didn't want to weigh in again, that's why I'm wondering how much he weighed.
What I'm trying to tell, that's what I'm saying.
He didn't weigh in again. So I'm saying, how do y'all know how much he weighed?
Because what it is there was other belts on the line for that mega fight with Triple G and Danny Jacobs. Do y'all remember that the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC belts were all on up for grabs that night? Just because he didn't want to weigh in for one sanctioning body doesn't mean that another sanctioning body won't weigh him in. That it doesn't mean that it won't be to the public, and it doesn't matter, but he still had to weigh in. But what I'm trying to tell you is the IBF had a mandatory, if you went over the 170-pound weight limit, then you could not fight for their title. That's why he didn't fight for that IBF title, because he did not want to disclose his weight to the IBF, and he didn't want to fight for the IBF.
But he
title.
disclosed his weight to the other ones. That's what you're saying.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you is it wasn't his choice, and it wasn't in the agreement that he would not be able to fight for those straps if he did not weigh in below the 170-pound division.
I'm asking y'all in the chat. This dude want to answer my question. Did he weigh in for the other sanctioning bodies and just not the IBF?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. And what I'm trying to
ask you simple and direct.
But no, listen, what I'm trying to tell you is the other sanctioning bodies, they did not he could still fight for them if he weighed over. That's pretty much what I'm trying to tell you.
All right, that's what's up. I understand now.
But I try to tell you simple ass that shit the last time we talked.
I don't take everything somebody say like you. I don't just listen to Eddie Hearn and be like, oh yeah, Wilder and Joshua next, y'all. He's just breaking news.
Santee was good, homie.
What's good, Santee, man? I'm trying to talk to this simple ass nigga Trey X, man. He don't want to listen, man.
What's good with it?
I ain't doing shit, man. We talking about this damn we talking about this Danny Jacobs versus Sulecki fight, man. Break it down, dog. Welcome back to the show, man.
What's up, brother? Yeah, he said versus Sulecki.
Yeah.
I don't. Sulecki doesn't seem like a prime opponent.
Hold on, you breaking up a little bit. Hold on, you got a buzzing in the background. You good?
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's a little echo, but we can hear you.
Because I had them headphones on. Sulecki he ain't no prime opponent, man. He doesn't. There's bigger fish to fry.
And that's what we're trying. That's what we were talking about too. And this is what I really wanted to ask you, man. Do you think that the weight will be a factor in this fight? Because Sulecki's coming from 154, man.
I mean, I really don't, man. If anything, it's going to be an easier kill for Daniel Jacobs, man. Just an easy kill. This guy's a perfectionist in the ring. He's going to rip this guy's head off. Now, when we watched the fights last weekend, we heard all this stuff for Santino and how Santino was supposed to be some prime opponent, and he got destroyed the moment Jamal Charlo put his hands on him in the second round.
I ain't lying, man.
These guys credit. You can't give these guys credit, and they haven't planted their feet nowhere. They just getting in the front door. Now, if he comes in here and puts on some type of performance, that's the shocker. But him getting an ass whooping is actually what's supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. Now, how he receives the ass whooping is another conversation. But this guy ain't nobody primed to be sitting around holding the gate for. He gonna get his boots dusted just like everybody else.
Who's gonna get his boots dusted just like everybody else?
Sulecki.
Selena.
Sinclair. Whoever
this dude. Yo, Black Horseman, this dude coming in here having me tripping. Stand clear, yo. Come on, man.
Nigga crazy, dog.
Back here. Right. Just get this guy up out of here.
So you think it's going to be an easy, nice work for Danny Jacobs? That's pretty much what you're telling everybody and everybody listening at home.
Absolutely. Why not? What points to it not being an easy night? Daniel Jacobs, he is who he is, man.
Hey, y'all boys,
Triple
Sean
G's
Newton
not
out
coming
there.
in the ring. He's not getting ready to fight Jamal Charlo. He's about to fight Sinclair or Sinbeck. That's who he's fighting. And this is a guy for him to put on a showcase to let everybody know that Daniel Jacobs is the guy. I'm the guy that you need to look out for because of what I'm getting ready to do to him. Right.
So do you, I mean, in my personal opinion, if he wins this fight, man, if Danny Jacobs wins this fight, do you have Jamal Charlo or do you have Danny Jacobs fighting Golovkin first? Who do you have fighting him first, man? Break it down.
I got those two guys fighting each other first.
Whoa.
I don't think Golovkin gives those guys an opportunity. I think he runs out the back door, you know, like a guy that cheated.
Who runs out of the back door?
Triple G. I think Triple G just runs out the like somebody that just got caught cheating at poker, you know. And before they can nail the door shut, he just tips the table over and runs out the back door. That's what I think Triple G does. He don't want to engage with any one of them guys, man. He know what that means. This ain't no Cal Brook beatdown where you break a man's orbital bone socket and they stop the fight in the 5th round. This is where you truly get you. I'm still at work. I can't use certain language. This is where you truly get smashed and you get embarrassed in front of your family, man. He don't want to get beat up in front of his fans like that for his first loss. And that's what would happen if he fought any one of those gentlemen, either one of them, rather Jamal Charlo or Daniel Jacobs, man. It's not good for him. You know, hey, I personally, to a certain extent, I like the brother Triple G, but he nah, man. He's not going to do the right thing. This is why he's trying to fight what's his name? Mayonnaise.
Rose.
Right.
Like fruit cocktail Jones, some guy that ain't fought for 2 years. That makes every opponent that he fights look bad. This may not even be good for him while he's trying to steal. You trying to steal from the public. You got a guy coming in here that's never fought at 160 that ain't fought in 2 years. You're trying to steal. You came in here to steal money.
Sean Newton Boxing says he was a mandatory for Charlo at 154.
Yeah, that he's a troll, man.
Yeah.
No, real talk. No, real talk, man. Real talk. Somebody else tell him, man.
Oh, for real? Who? Sean?
Yeah,
who is that guy? Oh, he's a troll?
Yeah, get him up out your joint, man. Pass me a monkey wrench. Get him up out of here, man.
Yo, Sean, chill, bro. You gotta chill with the trolling, dog. But yeah, the perfection says Santi in the house. This is Smoke City like. Then Cham Raw says Sulecki is better than Centennial. Do y'all guys agree? Do you guys agree? Do you think Sulecki's better than Centennial is?
I don't know. Amish macaroni is Amish macaroni. You're not going to throw seasonal salt on it and tell me it tastes better.
Yo, that's what I'm saying, man. I mean, I really think.
Didn't you say Sulecki beat Centennial?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He's better. Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And then Actual Fact says, all right, bro, good stuff, man. DBZ is this shit. Then they're talking about Dragon Ball Z. What the fuck?
What in the fuck is going on?
With his daughter, man. Chill out.
Oh, my bad. I'm just reading the comments. So Actual Fact says that's why if he won the IBF belt, he would have still have Triple G if Danny had won. That's a lot of ifs, man. But pretty much what we were saying, Santi, before you came in here, we were breaking down the Jarrell Miller versus Duhaupas fight, man. What's your take on that, man? And I'm pretty sure you know a lot about Duhaupas, man. You know, you've been you're really avid on boxing in general. You're not just on one weight division. You know what I'm saying? But I think Duhaupas has a really good chance on beating Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller is really not a really big, he's not a really big technical or big, I would give him I'll give Jarrell Miller about a C+ in the whole scheme of things. What's up with you, Santi? I mean, how you feeling about it?
Oh, you talking about do a part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
I got to call it what it is, man. I got to say what it is.
What is it?
This part was called a bum by Big Baby Miller. We know this. He called him a bum when Deontay Wilder fought him. But now it's supposed to be a prime opponent in order for him to be able to get a fight against Anthony Joshua, which is complete bullshit, man. 100% bullshit. Now, as far as Big Baby Miller is concerned, as a fighter, I don't like him, and as a person, I don't like him. I'm rooting for his downfall. I'm just being honest, man. I don't want him to ever succeed in anything. I don't like the way he comes off. He seems like a bitter hater. He's fat and sloppy. He's always hating on Deontay Wilder. He's calling what's the guy name? Ortiz. He's calling him
didn't he say he fucked Deontay Wilder's wife?
Yeah, like he said that. My God. He knocked Deontay Wilder's wife down.
That's his wife.
What type of okay.
That's his wife, Santi. That's his wife.
Right. What type of chump ass shit is that?
And then 50 Cent got in the middle of it. He's a clown.
Yeah, but he took the post down out of respect for Deontay Wilder. He took that post down.
What I mean by 50 Cent is a clown is 50 Cent instigates a lot of shit. He does a lot of clown ass shit.
I agree with that. Yeah. I agree. But to add to that, like what type of bitch nigga does some shit like that, man? You want some clout. You want to impress another man so bad that you tell him that you smashed somebody else's woman?
Yeah,
that's some cheerleading ass shit, man. Shit. Right. I'm talking about on your day-to-day schedule. Like, do you
you just pull 50 Cent to the side and just say that? Like, what?
And 50 out of that nigga quick too.
Right. What do you want? You want to walk down to the ring with 50 like Wilder did, or what is it? You want him to be your daddy? Why did you tell him that? That shit is suspect on your character to do some shit.
He didn't even ask that nigga that. He said the nigga just came out and started telling him. Like,
God. Some old fat funky hating ass nigga, man. He like he should stink back in the day. He smell like old peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, man. I don't like that nigga, man. Fuck Big Baby Miller.
Yeah,
I don't like him, man.
Big Baby, dog. Real shit, dog. Callie's back. I knew you would come back, nigga. You're addicted to Corey Lee's boxing. Let's go.
Yeah, I had to come back, man. It's just I just happened to see my boy
Santi got a
he going in on Gerald Big Baby Miller.
Hey Santi, so tell him about how you feel. So tell Callie pretty much the slick slime balls, grease ball, peanut and butter and jelly slime shit that Jarrell Miller's doing. Catch him up on that shit, dog. Go ahead, Santi. Let it rip, dude. Santi, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Let this nigga Callie know what's going on with Jarrell Miller, man, and why you don't respect him, man.
I don't respect Jarrell Miller because he's a known hater. All you got to do is say Wilder in front of him, and you can see the hatred seep through his pores like alcohol. He can't hold it. He can't block it out. He got a pair of shades on, talking Ron O'Neal shit. He's a whack dude. This is a guy also, to get off of Wilder, he keeps calling Anthony Joshua G-String Joshua. What are you talking about another man in Speedos for? You're a hater. You're not comfortable in your own skin. You walk around looking like a giant turd with a mohawk and a pair of shades on. And you hate another man because of what he got on. Any man that talks about another man's clothes, like, come on, dude. What type of gay shit you on, man?
Hey, Santi. Right. Santi, nigga be wearing a dress and shit like that in the ring, too. On top of all that shit talking about nigga wearing a G-string.
Skirts, yeah.
This guy's a joke. He's a joke, man. Really, get this guy up out of here. Do a part? I'm sorry. No, sir, man. No, sir. You got to do better talking all that shit.
My God.
When you talk like you motherfucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, you need to be fighting better dudes than do apart, man.
Yeah.
This is a
hey, look, and to be honest with you, Santi, to be completely honest with you, dog, and to be honest with everybody on the panel, man, I think Duopas has a good shot on beating this motherfucker, dog. I'm being honest. I'm being honest, dog. I'm being completely honest. And I'm not trying to be biased because I don't like Jarrell Miller as a person. I honestly think that Duopas has a really, really good chance on beating Jarrell Miller, man. I'm being honest, man. Callie, you hear me though? What's up? That Black Horseman, you there?
I think to me, Jillian White and Jarrell Miller would have been a good fight this weekend, man. That's the sad part about all this. You know what I'm saying? That fight seemed more fair. Both dudes still in their prime. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't know why Dillian White ducks Jarrell Big Baby Miller. I don't understand it. Jarrell Miller ain't nothing special. I mean, he stand right there. He tries to, you know, if you got notice to me, he kind of trying to fight like he's some little guy, like he Floyd Mayweather. Sometimes he do the shoulder roll. He sit there dipping out, move his waist and shit like that. I'm like, motherfucker, you like 400 pounds, and you trying to fight like you some welterweight or something. Fuck out of here, bro. Man, fucking fight like a heavyweight, man. Over there trying to he over there moving his head and shit and still getting hit in the head. I'm like, what the fuck are you moving your head around and you still getting caught? I mean, anybody notice any of that shit?
Hey, Santi, real quick, man. Hey, what you feel about Jarrell Miller saying that he has more stamina at 305 than at a lighter weight?
You said he had stamina at what?
Jarrell Miller, who was that said that? Hey, Kelly, was that you said that?
Yeah, he said, Jarrell Miller said he feel like he has more stamina. He said he gonna come in around 305, 310 or something like that.
Shout out Larissa Johnson. She says, yeah, Duopas did go 11 or 12 rounds with Wilder. You're learning, Larissa. You're learning. Keep going. You got this.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, Big Baby Miller. Yeah, he said he gonna come in like 305, 310. He said he feels like his stamina's better at 305, 310, man.
His stamina's better.
Right, we talking about this 300-pound grizzly bear with a mohawk, man. Like, look, man, I'm uncomfortable with this dude, man. Every aspect, I wouldn't have a guy like this standing around me, man. I just wouldn't have it. I don't care if I had to walk in the house. I wouldn't have a dude like that standing around me, man. We just need to hurry up and get him out of here. We got to get this guy up out of here, man.
Hey, shout out Ty Legacy, man. Welcome back.
You guys hear him though? He was talking about. He said he got to eat more cheeseburgers and shit like that too. He said that's part of his regimen. I'm serious. He actually said that's part of his regimen.
I remember that he was talking about how his nutritionist lay off the cheeseburger. Yeah. It's like, are you gonna fight all Deontay Wilder's leftovers? If all he fought is bums, are you gonna fight all of them?
This nigga eat leftovers and fight leftovers.
Now you want to fight Duopas. Look at this guy, man. He's a sad hater, man.
Oh my God.
He's a sad hater, man. I don't got no respect.
Shit.
Hey, let me respond.
Go ahead, Trey X. Go ahead, man. Let it rip, dog.
Talking about how we saying that Duopas is a bad opponent for Miller. He say that we trolling. Well, shit, I said that he wasn't the best opponent because of this stage of his career. You talking about what he did against Wilder, man. That shit was like 2.5 years ago. Back in 2015, like in September 2015, that dude don't look the same, man. The motherfucker's 37 years old now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying that he's not the best opponent. It ain't got shit to do with no trolling.
So
what Ty think about this fight?
Right.
So Ty Legacy, how you feeling about the Jarrell Miller versus Duopas fight? How do you break that down and who you got winning, dog? Welcome back to the channel. We haven't seen you in months.
Fucking months. I just heard it. Actually, you know what? I just walked to the door. I happened to catch your other shit there that I was giving you a hard time about. I just heard about the fight today, but I would pick Miller. I'd pick Miller now right now because what's his nuts there? He hasn't been the same in the last couple of years, man.
Who hasn't been the same in the last couple of years?
I can't pronounce his name. The guy you just said.
Duopas?
Yeah.
Oh, Johan. His name is Johan Duopas. And you know what I say? He's been in too many wars. I know what I'm talking about. He's been in too many wars.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he might have been, man.
Yeah, I take Miller on that one.
Miller's supposed to win. Miller is supposed to win. Okay. Even with that whack, kind of like hitting the Mayweather mitts, the hitting the hand mitts, that's his style. Like he fights like he has a lot of speed. When you fat like that, you're supposed to have guff, but some type of girth behind your shots. You're supposed to have some Ray Burton type like power. He don't have enough like girth behind his shots. He's hitting it like I don't mean to come off like a hater. I don't like this.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, Ty Legacy. Oh yeah, Ty Legacy. What we were talking about too is that Jarrell Miller as just a person, as just a just a person in general. You know what I'm saying? Santi Walton pretty much brought up that he's just doing a lot of whole shit. Ty Legacy. He's doing shit like telling 50 Cent that he smashed Deontay Wilder's wife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Deontay Wilder's a crazy motherfucker. He'll pull up on trolls, and I'm pretty sure he'll pull up on Jarrell Miller. So you need to watch what you say, Jarrell Miller, because you're going to bark up the wrong tree. And you see when they did to Dominique Brazil, they left his ass smashed in front of his wife, dog. Don't fucking keep talking that shit, dog. You get what you asking for, dog. That's what my dad always told me. Don't go to trouble. Let the trouble come to you. Real
I
shit.
just seen Jarrell Miller in an interview yesterday. What's he coming in the fight is 550 pounds?
Yeah, he said he heard him. He said he's a better fighter and has more stamina at the heavier weight. I'm serious. That's exactly what he said.
That's an
That don't even make no sense.
I know that. He said cheeseburgers are part of his regimen.
Burgers and lift weight.
That's what I'm saying. So who you got in that fight, Ty Legacy? How you feeling about that?
I already told you, Miller.
Oh, you got Miller by stoppage?
I don't know about by stoppage.
That's what I'm saying. You're just saying Miller, but you're not telling me how he's gonna win.
I just found out about the fight 5 minutes ago, but I'll say
you know now. We're letting you know now what's going on. We're bringing you up to date about everything that's going down, Ty. So I mean, what's up?
Yeah, but I like to stop and think about my fights, Corey. Not like you and go on the weight room.
Here this dude go, man. Here this
Don't even
dude
say
go,
it.
man.
Don't say it, because I know
Man, Ty Legacy, man. You already know my rap sheet.
You talking about Suleiman?
Suleiman and Corey are cousins, aren't they?
Yo, last time I checked, you and Suleiman look like blood brothers. Get the fuck out of here.
He sounds like you, bud. He sounds like you.
Man, this dude Suleiman, man. Shout out Suleiman, man. We can't wait for you to come back on the channel, man. But yeah,
your voice is hilarious.
We definitely gonna have the show live on Saturday for the fights, man. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much for that, Santi, since we got you here, man, and we got Ty Legacy here, I wouldn't mind bringing up the Deontay Wilder situation since y'all are here now. How do y'all feel about the $50 million money in the bag offer about that, Santi? Let it rip, dude. How you feeling about that? Do you think the fight will get made quicker now?
Well, we'll know by tomorrow. I don't like Eddie Hearn's attitude.
Why tomorrow, Santi?
Was tomorrow Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a meeting tomorrow.
It's supposed to reschedule the meeting for Friday. It was supposed to be rescheduled for tomorrow.
Okay.
So I listened to Wilder's before I came on here. I listened to the interview with 78, and Wilder pretty much said he's going to know more definitively as far as things tomorrow. So that will determine if the deal gets made. As far as the antics and the games that have been played, Eddie Hearns ought to be ashamed of himself, man. He really ought to be ashamed of himself. It comes off very disrespectful to question another man's money if he has the money, or we're just talking about a guy with a sheet of paper from Alabama. Would you do that to Povetkin? You understand what I'm saying? Would you do that to any other fighter? But you're sitting here disrespecting Deontay Wilder like that. Now, your fighter in his best interest, if you are his manager and promoter, which is a conflict of interest, if you are that, then you should be for the best interest of your fighter. Your fighter sat up there on IFL TV and said that, give me $50 million and I'll be willing to take this fight. Out of his own mouth, his own admission, he said this. And I'm a person that truly believes, as Wilder said, that Anthony Joshua is not informed and told a lot of things. Eddie Hearns puts a lot of spin on shit when he speaks about Deontay Wilder to keep that man away from him. But the bottom line is this: with networks like ours, you know, like the LDBC, yours, Corey Lee Boxing, it forces these people to have to be honest and to tell the truth and be accountable for the lies and the contradictions that you put out.
Hey, Santi, and pretty much to rebuttal on what you're saying, man. That's all I'm trying to do as a channel, man. Is I'm trying to hold these motherfucking promoters accountable, man. That's all I'm trying to do, Cali Enigma. That's all I'm trying to do, Black Horseman, Sandy, Trey X, and Ty. That's all I'm trying to do with this channel, man. I'm trying to hold everybody accountable and keep them honest, man. I'm trying to keep these motherfuckers honest.
Right. And I look at it as a whole. I look at it like this, man. If the deal don't get done, Deontay Wilder, he's free to move along and to go 50-0 and to move a different direction, because that fight is for undisputed. That's for everything. It's all on the line. After that fight, you got one champion in the heavyweight division. You know, we can sort out mandatories and everything else later on down the line, and however they got to go. But that's for everything. That's for the whole bag. So to play the fans on that is to say that you don't care about the sport as a whole. You're really just here for the check, and you've been lying all along. We understand what Deontay Wilder's intentions is, but they're trapped in a corner at this point, man. Either they're going to be honest and say that we were just bluffing, or they're going to take the fight. Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearns, preferably Eddie Hearns, because he is the piece of shit with a bad haircut, as Black Fight fans said. Yeah, a piece of shit with a bad haircut running around here, this scumbag that is creating more mischief than needs to happen, man. More mischief and a whole lot of unnecessary commotion with a fight that just could be made and we can get it over with, man. Or tell us that your fighter is scared. Just tell us that. And he's not ready.
Yep. So how you feeling about that, Ty Legacy? I mean, you know, with the recent, you know, news that's going down about the bag and everything, and do you think the fight's gonna happen any sooner? And do you want to elaborate on it?
Well, if you can't make a fight with $50 million, then I don't know what to tell them. I hope the fight happens. I want to see the fight because, frankly, it's not that I don't want to see the fight. I actually started rooting for Wilder last year because I didn't find he was getting enough support. But I can only pay attention. Like, I'm not old, but I'm not that young either. So I lived through the Manny Pacquiao era, or Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, where they went on about that shit for 5 years, and way back to the Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins 60-40. So if anybody wants to see this fight, it's me, because I mean, it's too much on a fight that we don't even know that's going to happen. So that's really the only elaboration that I got. But I like to see the fight. It's about time that those two got to come together and sort that shit out.
So yeah, Black Horseman, man, saying that everybody's, back here now, and we got, Sandy and Ty Legacy back, man. Let the guys know how you feeling about the situation, man. And more elaborate more on what we were talking about earlier, Black Horseman.
You talking about with this situation with
this situation that's going on with Anthony Joshua, man. Let him know.
I mean, I completely agree with Santee, man. I mean, it's like if this fight don't happen, man, it really shows that Eddie Hearn and Joshua don't really care about the sport of boxing and about the fans. Wilder, he's doing what we all want. You know what I mean? He wants to become undisputed, unified. And I think Eddie Hearn is more scared than Joshua. I think both of them are scared, but I think Eddie Hearn is more scared than Joshua because he just don't want to lose his pride investment. And Trey X made some good points. Eddie Hearn would probably rather stretch it out, fight like 5 different fights, make 20 mil each, and then make 100 mil like that instead of getting 100 mil fighting Deontay Wilder, and Wilder knock this motherfucker the fuck out, and that's it. You know what I mean? So I mean, I agree with Trey X on that point as well. You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna try to make every excuse he can make to try to avoid this from happening, because this will be a big bag for him, but it'll be like the last bag as far as Anthony Joshua is concerned, because once he get his ass knocked the fuck out, Joshua, that is, it's gonna be a wrap. He's gonna have to rely on somebody else, another fighter that he has on his stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Cali, you still there, man? Elaborate a little bit more on the whole situation that's going on, man. Break this shit down, Cali. We need to hear your voice, dog. You're back in the building. You came back because it's just like crack. You need to come back.
Now, what this is about, man, is like this. So Eddie Hearn first thing, he's a greedy motherfucker. We all know that too. He wants to be control the whole situation, and he wants to give Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder a flat fee, and he wants to keep the rest of the money for himself. And what he wants to do is he wants to get this huge network deal for Matchroom Boxing, man.
Wow.
And if Anthony Joshua gets knocked out,
what deal?
He's been trying to sign he's been trying to get a Matchroom deal with HBO. Not just for Anthony Joshua, but for all of his fighters, man. He wants to be able to control boxing in the U.S. That's why he keeps trying. That's why he wants to sign the Charlos. He wants Deontay Wilder. He wants all the top U.S. fighters. He really does. He's not bullshitting when he's out there trying to make his pitch to them dudes, man. He really wants to sign on them dudes. He wants to control USA boxing, man, because he knows that the money's here. And if he can control the top talent here, he controls the sport of boxing globally. Because not only we have the best fighters here, but he has the best fighters in the UK. That dude is gonna, and if he gets the best fighters in the US, he'll be able to continue to go around the world and collect fighters. And Eddie Hearn will have the biggest stable possibly in the history of boxing. That's it. That was his legitimate plan. That was his real plan. Then he wouldn't have to rely on Anthony Joshua, so he can go ahead and take risk. So at that point, because he will be kingmaker, and that's what Eddie Hearn wants to be king, man. Seriously, he wants to be the king of boxing. He wants to be the face. He saw what Don King did. He wants to do that on crack, man. I'm just telling you now.
So do you honestly think, with that being said, Cali Enigma, do you think that Eddie Hearn will be able to, push his hand with a guy like Al Heyman, man?
Now, Al Heyman's already shown him that. See, it's what it is. Eddie Hearn was playing checkers, and Al Heyman was playing chess, man. That's what it is. So Al Heyman had to let this dude know. Like I told you before earlier, I said, real bosses make moves in silence. You know what I'm saying? Real bosses make big moves in silence.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With loud mouths show their hand, man. And that's what Eddie Hearn is.
Okay. Sandy Walton, you got anything to elaborate on that, man? Wow.
Yeah, he wants to I agree with my brother, the Cali Enigma. He wants to be the king. But he's going to be sent overseas, man, with a shoestring for a belt, man. I'm broke, man. Everything. I'm talking about kicking out everything, man. This is not the place, man. He felt like the man is only his net worth is $3 million. Shout out to Blood Boxing. He did a phenomenal video this morning explaining how much money this guy doesn't have. You understand what I'm saying? But every time you see him, he got a damn suit on talking some Ron O'Neal shit. Get this fucking clown up out of here, man. He's stopping the show. He's the reason why we haven't received this fight.
Who doesn't have all this money?
Eddie Hearns. Eddie Hearns don't got all this now. His pops got a few dollars. Yeah, absolutely. But it ain't his money.
So you don't think Eddie Hearn could actually possibly, be the A side of this fight and make this fight happen? You think it's gonna be Al Heyman?
I would prefer them be the A side. That way we don't hit no extras. I want them to. But Eddie Hearns in particular.
Why do you say that? Elaborate on that, Sandy. Why would you feel like they need to be the A side?
Oh, let me cover my first point, then I'm gonna get to that.
All right.
Have a good weekend. But my thing with that, as far as that, is this. Eddie Hearns is another Donald Trump trust fund baby. Meaning his father gave him every goddamn thing. That's what he got his wealth from. He got that from his goddamn what do parents get their kids or whatever, rich parents, to get them a large portion of money?
Bentleys and any
trust fund.
Trust fund. Yeah, trust fund.
Okay, trust funds. Yeah, they give them trust funds and they pay for their college in full.
Yeah, so he was given a trust fund. He chose to invest his money in boxing. He got his hands on in Anthony Joshua.
Well, Eddie Hearn, Sandy Walton. Eddie Hearn used to be a big poker player. You remember that, Trey X? Did you know that? Yeah, Eddie Hearn used to be a really, really good Texas Hold'em player before he got into boxing promoting. Go ahead, Sandy.
But getting down to my point is, them people over in the UK didn't like him back, and they hated his guts. He got booed like shit, man. He still get booed. They don't like that motherfucker, man. And to add over to here to say, all right, I want them to be the A side. Look, they have majority of the belts, okay? They've been crying and making all these complaints about this and that and how things can't happen, though we know that it's contradictions, it's bullshit. If we could sit at the table and be able to get the fight, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, let them be the A side. For God's sakes, give it to them. You get whatever you want at this point. Shit, Wilder then came back with the bag for $50 million. They're doing everything in their power to deliver this fight to the fans. I would hate this process to be held up because of some A side, B side shit. When you're gonna get knocked out, whether you in the A side or the B side of the corner. You more comfortable putting your bedroom slippers on in the A side? Go stand over there. You'll see a bodybuilder get put right. I have no qualms about it. In certain cases, it's like, all right, people are like, oh, well, he don't deserve. He's done this. They don't deserve, and the fight should be in UK.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, Wilder don't care about none of that.
That's another thing too, Santi. I wanted to ask you, and that's another thing I wanted to tell you too, Ty Legacy, since you're in the building, man. A guy came on my show earlier and said, "What has Deontay Wilder done to deserve an Anthony Joshua fight, man?"
I'm tired of hearing that. He got a fucking belt. He's undefeated. It doesn't matter. If you're going to I hold guys to a standard. Like when they say a fighter's not ready for another fighter, if he has a title in his hand, I say too bad. So it works on the other end of the stick too. He's got a fucking title, so that shouldn't even matter. If anything, if what they're saying is that he doesn't fight good competition, then that means maybe he's not that good. So then you should want to go take that belt, wouldn't you? So that I don't pay attention to that shit. I'm not listening to that shit. If he got he's a world champion, man.
And if you're gonna ask a question like that, you better ask it to the rest of the opponents that he's been in the ring with. That goes for everybody else too. You can't get to him and say, why does that man deserve? But then tell me after Big Baby Miller beats up the second piece of Deontay Wilder leftovers that he deserves now. You don't make any sense. You don't.
Yeah.
But guy's got a title, he deserves a shot.
So yeah. With that being said, y'all,
hold on. I gotta say this real quick. Hey Santi, I just hit that piece of shit out of Taiwan. I just got rid of that motherfucker. I just blocked that piece of shit from the channel. I'm not gonna say his name.
I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. Hey, that shit made my day, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to get everybody to get along, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Coily Boxing, man. We here for a while. We ain't going nowhere. And, you know, if guys, you know, in the chats, you know, can be disrespectful, you know, or they trolling, you know, we just got to get them out of there, you know, the best way we can, you know. And like I said, man, y'all know, you know, a lot of these trolls more than I do. You know, I'm just now getting into the boxing game with the whole YouTube situation. I've been in the boxing game for a while, but I've just now get into it with the YouTube, you know, just about 3 months ago. But I'm new with it, huh?
Corey, that dude says racist and gay shit, man. I'm just telling you, man. You don't want no.
He's a known LGBT troll, a well-known troll. He makes videos about us. Every video he has. He don't have no life. He's a weirdo. You don't want no association with that guy.
Okay. I appreciate that, y'all. I really do appreciate that, y'all. I really do appreciate that, man. But yeah, like I was saying, man, you know, I want to know what you guys gotta say, man. You know, about all of these, you know, recent, you know, about all the recent news, you know, with this is gonna be one of the last topics, man. And I'm gonna wrap the show up. I think we're hitting 3 hours. But like I said, man, Coily Boxing is here to stay. We hit on all topics. This is a topic that we did not hit tonight, and I don't want to sound redundant. We did recycle a couple issues over, but I want to know what you guys think about this Robert Easter Jr. versus Mikey Garcia. This fight is coming up, man. And I just want to know what you guys think about this, man. Wow, Robert Easter Jr. finally gets what he wanted. He wanted this fight. He thought Mikey Garcia was ducking and dodging him. Mikey Garcia said, no, I'm vacating my fucking 140-pound title, and I'm coming back down, and I want to see you. Wow.
Sandy, you gotta let me get on this first. Let me get on this one first.
Let it rip.
Yeah, because I try to tell people, Mike was never afraid of Robert Easter. This was literally a situation where it was about money. Because like I told people, I said, Robert Easter, man, he doesn't know how to use his attributes. And I'm telling you, Mikey Garcia is too technical and too fundamentally sound. and far more skilled and has a higher ring IQ. I'm telling you, I see a stoppage here, man. I do. I don't think that Robert Easter. I don't think he's a smart fighter, man. I don't. And I think his trainer. I don't think he has a good trainer. I don't think he listens to his trainer or respects his trainer. And I just see him run into a whole lot of problems, man.
He's definitely got to start fighting tall. He got to start fighting what his height is for sure. He's making it harder on himself than it has to be in his last couple fights.
Yeah. You hit the nail right on the head. Absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I was going to say that too.
He's got to fight tall, and he's got to be able. You got all that height. You look like a skeleton in there. You won't use your jab. If he would use his height and kind of put that jab on, it would look a little bit like a smaller Thomas Hearns. But because he doesn't, and he forces himself to fight small, Mikey Garcia is going to hand him them bedroom slippers. And that's going to be that. I've been waiting on this fight.
What do you think? What do you think? You Sandy Ward, you really think that Mikey Garcia is going to finish Robert Easter?
Yeah, he's the guy. Robert Easton Jr.
Damn, dude.
Respect this guy. He slipped through the cracks. He slipped through the cracks fighting the right opponents and being able to get these close decisions and shit like that. We know.
You don't, but Sandy Ward, Sandy, you don't think. Sandy, you don't think that Mikey Garcia was slipping through the cracks and fighting the right opponents? Come on now.
Mikey Garcia
been looking good doing it though.
He been whooping people's ass, man. Mikey make you think about him for the rest of your life. You catch one of them ass whoopers. Robert ain't been doing that. You watch a Robert Easton fight and you're like, you seen him for the first time with his recent fight, you're not impressed. Even if you know from watching him in the gym and seeing what he could possibly put in and what type of work ethic he has, when you see his last couple of fights, it's almost like disappointing.
So let me ask you this, Santi. Let me ask you this: were you disappointed in the last two fights of Robert Easter?
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. He didn't use his height. He didn't use his jab well. And he could have
win those fights, or did he lose those fights in your eyes?
Oh, hey, Santi, I know you had him lose. Did you have him losing to Javier Fortuna? I did.
Asking, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I did. I had him losing one of those fights, but truthfully, the last two fights, like it was trash. I didn't even want to score. I'm just looking at it like, is this is what they gave you a headliner for? They gave you a headliner to put on this type of performance?
Oh, was he headlining that card?
One of them he was.
What?
Yeah. And he looked like shit. He looked like pure tea garbage. And you out there with this WBC title looking like
he headlined against Javier Fortuna. Remember? He headlined against Javier Fortuna.
Look, let me ask Trey X. Let me ask Trey X, man. Trey X, you still there? Trey X. I want to really ask you, man, about the Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia breakdown, man. How do you feel this fight's gonna go? And you know what I mean? Why are you choosing the fighter that you are?
Well, shit, I'm taking Mikey Garcia, and like I was saying on Black Horseman channel, that motherfucker Easter done got over there with Adrian Broner, man, and them boys like that walk down. Like I done heard Adrian Broner say before fights, don't be surprised if I walk him down. And it seemed like Robert Easton done adopted that same philosophy. Them folks feel like the walk down is the ultimate form of domination in fighting. You know what I'm saying? And I think that
what walk down?
You know, the walk down when you walk a motherfucker down.
Oh, when you walking them down? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if that's pretty much what you base your whole style on, that's a dumbed down form of boxing. And I feel like
Trey X, I can't see the similarities in Adrian Broner and Robert Easter. I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, I'm just saying they like to walk down. That's the only thing I'm saying, you know.
And they don't move their head. They don't move their head when they're walking guys down either.
But I just feel like a fucking boxing genius, damn near Mikey Garcia. I have real high regard for Mikey Garcia.
Wow.
I feel like he's just gonna be too smart for him, bro, and he's just gonna pick him apart.
Oh, okay. Wow, man. Ty Legacy, how you got the fight going, man, and why are you picking the fighter that you are?
Well, based on his last performances, Easter, I would probably lean towards Mikey too, because Easter can fight on the inside, but the thing is, that's fine, but he should do it in spots. But he does it for 12 rounds, and he just makes the fight too hard on himself. He don't keep these guys at the end of his punches. It's like the other fellow said, why would you know what I mean? If you got those advantages, why wouldn't you utilize them? So based on the last performances, I'd have to go with Mikey. You know what I mean? That's why,
Hey,
because Easter just doesn't implement.
Would that, Ty,
hold on. Let me say this real quick.
Callie, I just want to say this one thing to Ty before we're gonna pass the mic to you after that, Callie. Then we gotta go to Black Horseman too. But I'm asking you right now, Ty Legacy, do you have Mikey Garcia winning in dominant fashion or by a knockout?
No, I think it'd be competitive. I think if Mikey wins, it'd be decision. I still think it'd be somewhat competitive. I don't think it'd be a stoppage.
Okay.
Hey, you guys remember though, Mikey's a monster puncher at 135, man. I just remember that, man. Remember that how many times that Javier Fortuna wobbled and hurt. He kept getting hurt by Javier Fortuna. I'm just saying, man, Mikey's a much bigger puncher than Javier Fortuna at 135.
And to piggyback off what you just said, Callie, that motherfucker Adrian Broner didn't fight Mikey Garcia the way he fought Jesse Vargas because of that power.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I want to ask y'all. Do y'all think that the Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter Jr., do you think that'll be Adrian Broner versus Mikey Garcia 2.0?
No, sir. Mikey Garcia is going to destroy this guy.
That's what I'm pretty much saying. Do you think that it's gonna, pretty much be a domination again, or do you think he's gonna knock him out?
I think he's going to knock out Robert E. It's going to look bad. This is the thing.
Really? Damn.
Mikey Garcia
run through him like that easy?
Mikey Garcia has a habit of setting fighters up to put them in places for the punches that he wants to land. A lot of these fighters that you see today don't have them type of boxing skills. And they know when to throw the jab and how to counter punch and stuff like this. But he has the perfection and the craft in the ring to be able to set you up for 3-4 shots ahead, to know when to get you in that corner and when to throw that right hook. Or I already know your body's going to be right here when I turn and throw this left hook. He's done it for other opponents, and he is going to crush Robert Easton Jr. gambling, trying to fight in the inside. It's going to look bad, man. A lot more worse than a lot of folks think.
No, we already know that. We already know that Robert Easter don't know how to control range. So go ahead, Santi. You know that. You know he don't know how to control range. Robert, we already know that Mikey gonna control range. Go in the rip, Sam.
He's gonna catch him gambling. That's what he does. When you tall and long like that, and you all in the inside, all comfortable, trying to first and foremost, when you're walking somebody down, it takes stamina and will. Earl Spence Jr. can walk you down effectively, a perfect walk down. But when you're a guy like Robert Easton Jr., you coming in there looking like an Ethiopian. All right, you skinny as shit. You gambling in the fucking inside. What are you doing inside like that? Okay, you have the ability to fight inside. That's cool. But what are you going to do when you got a guy in there that likes for people to gamble and to play out of position? You're going to end up getting crushed. You're going to get hit with a brutal uppercut or a nasty left hook. And he's going to set him up for 3-4 shots ahead. When he get put to sleep, he ain't going to see it.
And Black Horseman, how you feeling about the whole rundown and who you got, my brother?
Man, nigga Santi said he looked like Dawson from Street Fighter, dog. God damn. Hey, real shit, bro. Man, I gotta agree with all my brothers on the panel, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be if Robert Easter goes into that fight with Mikey, fighting the way he fought in his last 3 or 4 fights, man, it could be a devastating knockout. Shout out to Trey X, man. Trey X did say he made some good ass points, and he did say how he likes that walk down. And that walk down shit is, he ain't gonna he can't do that shit against Mikey, man. And
you don't think that'll work?
Hell to the no. I mean, if anything, his best game plan is to let Mikey come to him and keep him at the end of that jab, but he don't fight tall, like Trey X and everybody was saying. Like, he don't fight tall, man. And if he would just use his height and keep him at the end of that jab and counterpunch him with that straight right, you know what I'm saying, he can make it a very competitive fight. But one thing I don't like that Mikey does, he sticks with that 1-2 combination. And I noticed that Lipinets was able to time him. But I don't know if if that Robert Easter is gonna be able to have any success, at this point, man, because I don't see him doing anything different in these fights, and he's just edging out of these, you know what I'm saying, getting these gift decisions and shit. And it's just disappointing, man. So somebody with that, you know, all that height, you know what I'm saying? Like he should be dominating, you know what I'm saying? Outboxing these guys real easy, but he don't use his height. And for some reason, he keep getting in on the inside with these guys and getting welled off on. I'm like, damn, you know, it'd be frustrating, you know what I'm saying? But before I thought it would be a competitive fight, but after, like I said, after these last few performances, you know, he's just, man, it's Mikey gonna be able to. And like I said, I give credit to Robert Garcia, man. He's got to be one of the most underrated trainers. That guy be putting together some game plans, man. And you know, I'm sure he gonna have a hell of a game plan for Mikey, and he gonna give Mikey everything he needed to get a victory in that fight. So yeah, I got to go Mikey that way.
I agree with Horseman 100%. Because if you're a taller fighter, why the fuck are you going? Why wouldn't you make your opponent come to you? Each fighter's got to find their distance in order to get to be effective with their offense, and all you're doing is closing the distance for the shorter fellow. You know what I mean? It doesn't even make no sense. I think it's just his mentality. Your mentality transitions into the ring, right? That's what I think it is.
That's what I'm asking you.
Let me ask a question real quick, because y'all was saying how skinny he look. He look like fucking the dude on Street Fighter and shit. How do y'all feel about him in his weight class? Because in his last fight, he didn't look the same to me. I know that he doesn't fight with the proper game plan, but I still normally see like a more explosive fighter than I saw in his last fight. And he's 27 years old, you know what I'm saying? I know that ain't old, but they ain't just a baby either. So, like, I'm thinking he should go up in weight, y'all, because I think his last fight, he just looks sluggish, and I think it's just time to move up.
Yeah, he look malnourished and shit.
He don't power in the division that he at now. He don't seem like he has a lot of power. So if you put more weight on him and send him up, what do you think might happen to him when he stand in front of the Wolves?
All right,
saying that, bro, but I'm saying he 5'11" and a half at 135. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll be a big boy. I'm just wondering how long can he stay down there?
It's time for him to go.
And listen, this is the last convo that I'm gonna bring up before we end this show, y'all. And I want to end it in, in a pretty good fashion, man. I want to ask y'all right now, that this is a fight that possibly, welcome back, Callie. This is a fight that possibly can happen next if Danny Jacobs wins his fight this Saturday night. I want to know what you guys think, and everybody in the chats right now. How do you break down a Jamal Charlo versus Danny Jacobs? I need to know that. The Miracle Man.
I did a stream on that earlier, Doc. Man, that's gonna be. I feel like if this Joshua Wilder fight don't come through this year, that's gonna be the biggest fight this year, man. I think so. You know what I mean? These are two big middleweights, and it's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be Jamal's toughest fight. And like I said, I seen an interview this morning, Ebro in the morning. Danny Jacobs said if he can't get the Triple G fight, he's definitely looking to take.
That's why I brought that up.
Yeah, he definitely looking to take on the challenge to fight Jamal. And he want to make a statement. He feel disrespected and all of that shit. So he definitely want to get in there with him. But I'm gonna say that's gonna be a 50-50 fight, man.
What?
I gotta go 50-50, man.
You going 50-50?
Yeah, because Danny Jacobs has been in that division a lot longer, a lot more experience. He didn't fought, Triple G. You know what I mean? He'd been tested, and I have not seen Jamal's chin tested at middleweight yet. Even though he's a big, solid, look like he's a solid, strong middleweight, and he belongs at the top. It looks like. But Danny Jacobs is a different beast, man. He got the skill, he speed, and power. So it's like until I got to see how he responds, because I know Danny gonna hit him. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like who get to who first. Whoever get hurt first, I want to see. I mean, I'm going 50-50 on that. I really don't know who going 50-50.
All right, so man. Black Horseman Promotions got it 50-50. Callie, the last topic of the night, man. How you got this fight? And please break it down in Callie Enigma fashion, baby.
Oh man, man, I got to roll with my boy Jamal Charlo.
This is a barn burner, y'all. I don't think y'all know how big this fight is in the chat, y'all. This is gonna be a big fight, man. If this happens, man.
Yeah, I got Jamal Charlo, man. I mean, I don't like the way Danny Jacobs been acting, man. I mean, he talking about he want to fight, but he talking about that Jamal Charlo got to beg to get in the ring and shit. Like, fuck out of here, man. He been acting like a straight bitch, man. I don't know if it's this matchroom thing going on, but acting like Anthony Joshua and shit like that, man. So, man, I mean, someone behaving like that, I don't necessarily know if he want to fight. Getting on the radio and say you want it is something completely different than you've been getting interviewed by the media and acting all funny and shit like that, man. Because remember, going back and watching the interview, because everybody's looking at the body language. Look at what was being said. Danny Jacobs talking about money, and Jamal Charlo was talking about, man, I'll drop my opponent right now. We can go fight right now. Jamal Charlo been on this fight. Jamal Charlo wants to fight. Jamal Charlo wants to fight the best. And if somebody like that, yeah, Danny Jacobs, I'm gonna say Danny Jacobs is a beast. But man, it ain't like Danny Jacobs is. I mean, like his resume is just all that fantastic either, man. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm going with my boy Jamal Charlo, man. I mean, I don't think that anybody gonna get blown away. But either this fight can end in a knockout or it can end up going 12 rounds. I think that Danny Jacobs has trouble with the jab. Jamal Charles has the best jab at 160 right now already, and he's new to the division. He has the best jab. He's gonna be able to keep Danny Jacobs on the outside, and I think he's gonna be able to set him up with that jab and catch him with something, man. And I think that I wouldn't be surprised if Jamal Charlo gets the knockout.
Wow. So with that being said, Sandy, let it rip.
Yeah, I believe that I'm going with Jamal Charlo, man.
What?
It's something about this situation. The last guy that I bet against Jamal Charlo was J-Rock. I said that J-Rock was the better technician. I know we're talking 154. We're not speaking about middleweight. But I got to tell this small part of the story to get to why I'm picking him. J-Rock went in the ring and won every round, in my personal opinion, and then got put to sleep in the 5th round. The thing is with Jamal Charlo, he has this sneaky, like nasty type of power. And I think he's coming into a point of his career where he understands exactly how effective that he can be with his power, his uppercuts, his hooks, whatever. And he's making it known. Look, I'm the most nasty guy here. And sometimes even down to when you had Hagler versus what was that guy that he was clutching with? Starts with an M. I can't even think of this guy. Marvin Hagler versus Mugabe. Yeah, Mugabe. They was in there clutching. Right. With a guy, like I look at Jamal Charlo as a Hagler at this point. When I seen him in the ring, like clutching with Austin No Doubt Trout, this is before everybody started passing him around like a 40. You know, like that right there was enough to let me know that, look, he's taking all challenges and he's willing to send somebody to the hospital if he has to. I don't think he just came to step to Daniel Jacobs for publicity, to get in front of some camera to say I'm the guy. I think he really did this on a personal level to say, look, I am the new sheriff, you know, or I'm the new landlord, you know, and the rent is going up $200 extra. And an ass whooping on Daniel Jacobs will solidify that. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that he's gonna knock out Daniel Jacobs, but I'm pretty sure he'll do enough to win. The guy's just too nasty, man. My chips, my money is going on Jamal Charlo. Absolutely.
Well, shit, I'll go ahead and go next. I agree with y'all, man, and I really wish I would have went before you said T.
Yeah, let it rip, Trey.
You said a lot of shit that I was gonna say, bro. So I'm gonna have to reiterate on a couple of things. But number one, man, I feel like Jamal Charlo got all the physical advantages. He the bigger guy, he the younger guy, fresher guy, and I just feel like when what you said about that J-Rock fight, man, I hold J-Rock in high regards. And I feel like this fight will be similar to that fight. Like you said, I feel like Danny Jacobs will have a lot of success early, but I just feel like he'll make a mistake and he'll get caught. And he done already showed that he don't have the best chin in the world. I mean, he got dropped by Triple G. He got knocked out by that Russian dude. I can't think his name right now. That tall, long dude. And I just feel like it's Jamal Charlo's time, man. Jacobs, he done had his time, and his time done passed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he passed like he done, but I'm just saying it's young lions at the door. They bill collectors, and they saying the rent's due. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying you, Charlo coming to get that rent. So that's how I feel, bro.
Yes, indeed, absolutely.
Go ahead, Ty.
So go ahead, Ty.
Oh,
How you
shit.
feeling about it, Ty? Last but not least, Ty.
I think that's the #1 fight I want to see. That's a fucking hard fight to pick because they both got good jabs, but Charlo definitely utilizes his more, and his is better. I find Jacobs goes to the body a little bit more, and they both got power. But if I want to say 50-50, but if I have to pick, I would slightly lean towards Charlo because if Danny Jacob fades down the stretch or starts making mistakes down the stretch, I could see at least Charlo dropping him and getting a 10-8 round, possibly stopping him because Charlo ain't nobody to fuck with. Charlo can stop. Charlo's been stopping everybody, and he's capable of stopping Danny Jacob. So I would slightly lean towards Charlo if I was forced to pick.
You know what, man? I got to actually see the face-off. I think the face-off will let me know. You know what I'm saying? It's something about the face-off you see, you know what I'm saying, when they size each other up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I definitely want to see how they look in the face-off, and then I'll be able to see if it's – maybe I'll change my mind from that 50-50, but right now I'm going to stay down the middle.
Oh, yeah, mine's subject to change for sure. That pick that I just gave you is if I had a gun to my head because I'm more 50-50 with it. But, yeah, I agree with that.
With that being said, Black Horseman, let everybody know your closing thoughts and, you know, let everybody know.
Nah, man, just thanks for having me, bro. I mean, I appreciate it, man. We talked about a lot of good topics. Like I said, I like the way boxing is going this year. You know what I mean? We might get 2 big fights. You know, we might get the mega fight between Wilder and Joshua this year. If not, hopefully we get the Charlo versus Jacobs fight. And you know, it's just a good year of boxing, man. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man, holding it down. Everybody, you know, with the wrenches. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can subscribe to me, man. Hit that notification bell. I go live as well. UGC, Trey XB over there, you know, Santee, everybody, man. So, yeah, you know, y'all check me out, man. I'll be uploading content. But thanks for having me, Corey. That's all I got.
Go ahead, Callie. Let it rip.
Man, like I said, I just want to say one more thing on Jamal Charlo. I mean, Jamal Charlo, man, that man seems like he's on a mission right now, man. He seems to be the hungrier man right now. And you know what I mean? To me, that means something. You know what I'm saying? When he had an opportunity, he's not even talking about money. You don't really even hear about Jamal Charlo talking about money. He's talking about how he can be the best. You know what I mean? When they were talking about money, he said, I don't care about that. He said, I care about legacy and about whooping ass. And I got to ride with that, man. Someone who's looking to be the best. And when he was talking like that, Danny Jacobs over there talking about money and shit like that, man. I don't want to hear about that, man. That's what, if you're getting millions, I'm happy you're getting millions. You're getting M's, good for you. That doesn't help me. All I want to know is do you want to beat the best? And when he was talking about Triple G, you know, when Jamal Charlo had a chance to fill in on Cinco de Mayo, when they asked for the opportunity, he volunteered for the opportunity to fill in on Cinco de Mayo. Danny Jacobs said he didn't want to fight on short notice. To me, that says a lot between the two guys. Who has more guts? Who's willing to go in there and take more of a risk? Who's more ballsy? And you know what I mean? Who wants it more right now, man? And I'm telling you right now, the hunger of the lion. I'm riding with the hunger of the lion over the man who was to go in there with the belly of the beast, man. And I'm just telling you, I got to look at that, man. That matters, man. And you guys can follow me on the Cali Enigma, man. The same handle on Twitter, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, man. But yeah, man, I'm riding with Lion Donnie, man. People hungry like that matters to me, man.
Sandy, let it rip, dog.
What's going on, family? All right, you guys can follow me at the Bottom Line SW, the Bottom Line Santee Walden, and shouts out to the brother Trey X, the brother Ty, my brother Corey Lee Boxing, Black Horseman Productions, my brother Cali Enigma. I appreciate being on here, man, and I'll leave you guys with this. When it comes to this YouTube gang, I don't care what it is, rather it's the LDVC or whatever, as long as you come in here for boxing or whatever your channel is about, it doesn't matter your number of subscribers. All of that is bullshit to get people to peek in. Some of these channels have a large amount of subscribers, but they ain't talking about shit.
Yeah.
Okay. They channels is trash.
Yeah.
And I'm not the judge and jury for everybody. I'm just being honest, my personal perspective.
It's real shit, yeah.
But some of the best channels that I see around here that I've picked up on year to date, man, is some of these guys, man, that do not get a lot of traffic. So I appreciate being on here. If you haven't tonight, please subscribe to Corey Lee Boxing, a great channel. I will be promoting him on mine, and as well as the other brothers here on the panels.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot, man.
Most definitely.
And I appreciate your invitation, man. And anytime I can, I will come on here, man, and show my love, man. Much respect, family.
Thank you, Sandy, man. And we're gonna have that live show for all y'all still listening. We're gonna have that live show Saturday night, man. Right around fight time. We're gonna be having that live show here at Corey Lee Boxing, man. Trey X, let it rip.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you for having me on once again. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I love chopping it up with the panelists, man. Y'all cool as a fan. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know y'all boxing. I mean, to be real, shit, I probably shouldn't even be up here talking boxing with y'all, to be honest, because I don't even know a lot of that shit that y'all know. But what I do know, I'm passionate about. I love the sport.
You know about the betting track, Trey X?
Yeah, Corey, you know, you my boy. We're going to talk this shit about Ty, he my motherfucking voice of reason, because I be over here getting all crazy with you, so I got to go holler at Ty so I can get right, you know what I'm saying? But Black Horseman cool as a motherfucker, saying T been having me over here laughing this shit when I'm on mute, you know what I'm saying? Ty Legacy do his thing. Appreciate the people in the chat for coming out listening. I see Larissa Johnson been sending you some hearts, but you notice the hearts used to be red, but now they black. So boy Trey X, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, appreciate it, though. I get with y'all, though.
Go ahead, Ty, man. Let it rip, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, Corey. Appreciate all the guys here on the panel. I do have a channel. It's just live feeds like these ones. It's Ty Legacy's boxing channel. And Corey, I'll try to get on a little bit more, but where I'm at and where you're at, time change is quite different. So that's where the problem's setting in. But I'll come on as much as I can come on, and I'm a little busy with mine too. I got an inbox full of people that want to do the live feeds and stuff. So I'm trying to get to everybody. But thanks for having me on. Appreciate everybody on here, chopping it up.
All right, man. And with that being said, man, we'll be back here Saturday night live, man, for the Danny Jacobs versus Sulecki fight, man. So with that being said, peace.
Later, guys. Peace out, y'all.
Yeah.